ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Let me adjust my camera. Things
There
radio
we go.
guys hate to have to say, but that is the life we live. Welcome aboard R&R in the morning here on San Antonio's Sports Star. All you early birds, sound off. Go join us on one of the variety of streaming services that we have going. I'd prefer you hit YouTube. You can get warnings, threats. We're about to come on. Go watch. Either way, if you're with us, you see Rudy J right there in the middle.
Good morning.
I'm
Good
Rob
morning.
Thompson sitting on the outskirts, and you see Karl Schoening sitting in the darkness, at least from my perspective, unless I'm looking at him on screen, which looks like he's in a well-lit room, when in fact he is not.
Yeah, see, my angle, he's perfect.
I just can't deal with fluorescent lighting. It actually gives me headaches in the morning.
It's the vampiric germ.
I've wondered if I'm a vampire.
You
but
see that skunk again this morning?
No, but it made me go to the back door by a natural path.
You scared
So
now?
so yesterday Karl got here, and normally, because his studio and the angle at which I sit and the reflection off the double pane glass, I can't see in there. I see the reflection off one of our monitors. I see a bunch of just stuff, but I don't see him. So there are days when I don't even know he's here and he's been in here. It's like I'm in a witness room and he's a cop watching me from the other side of a one-way mirror or two-way mirror.
That's funny.
So every now and then he'll say hi and it'll scare me. Like, dude, where'd you come from?
Right.
So yesterday I'm sitting and I watch him coming down the hall, like walking with his backpack, like obviously just kidding here. And he came the other direction. And I thought, that's interesting. Now I know he's here. And then I didn't bring it up. It's just interesting that I know that. And he said hi as he walked in. And then he brought up, he said, hey, man, when I was walking up to the other door, saw a skunk. We have kind of a pet stray cat that we feed.
I think he came to get his water.
Yeah,
They came to get the cat's water.
The skunk came for the water or maybe some of the food that was left over, whatever. So Karl had to go to the other door. And can you imagine a worse way to wake up?
I did not want to take that chance.
Ooh, one morning, I let my dog out. This has been about 20 years ago. We had a dog that was pretty well trained. I could just open the back door. She'd run out, take care of her business, and run back in. I didn't have to go out. It was probably cold. I don't remember the weather. So I let the dog out. I hear kind of a kerfuffle, a little ruckus going on outside, a little barking, a little screaming, and then I hear a yay! And my dog came running in by me after getting blasted by a skunk and ran and hid underneath our bed.
Oh, my God.
With my wife. I mean, it was like dark. It was early. I was letting the dog out. She needed to go. And that dog was blasted.
How long it take y'all to get the smell out?
Oh, in my memory, months. But I mean, the dog was white, and I'd heard that fake, fictitious, fix-all treatment for the
tomatoes.
The tomatoes, which is, I believe, fostered by the Tomato Sales Organization. You know how we can sell tomatoes all the time? Tell you can wash skunk smell out of it. Well, I had a white dog that I turned orange after this. I used gallons, like a 50-gallon drum of trying to get this poor dog. I mean, literally gallons. We were trying. You couldn't get rid of it. We had to call, the steam cleaning group, and I think we ended up having to throw away the mattress.
Oh, of course.
I mean, the whole thing had to go.
Because I watched so I was in the backyard smoking a cigar. Skunk rolls in, and at this time we had a dog, Bundy. He was a Shar-Pei. Loved Bundy. He starts chasing the skunk, and I'm like, bro, and I'm chasing them.
No,
I'm chasing them like Bundy. I'm throwing stuff at the skunk and as soon as he got cornered, old Bundy just walked off sad. He just walked. We had to take him to the vet. They gave him something. I don't remember what they did for him. But I watched my guy he didn't cry. He just walked away like the skunk took his ball. I saw that tail go up and Bundy just started walking back. I was like, don't come over here now. I told you. Stop, leave that damn skunk alone. And he got sprayed.
Did he do it again?
No, and I don't know if there's ever a skunk back there again. No, I have a possum that comes back there every now and then.
Possums. Spawns of the devil. I know that they're good and they kill things,
right?
And they're
that's why I
not
leave
evil.
them alone.
No, possums. They're pink.
They're ugly
beady
looking,
eyes,
dude.
and
they're weird looking.
They got their babies running all over them. It's just weird, man. It's awful.
They're the weirdest looking animal ever,
and they will get into your attic and set up house.
Yeah, I used to watch that. What was it like? Infested, the show
Ooh, I
And
couldn't.
there was
How could you watch a show like Infested and then go to sleep?
Dude, there's like, I've seen some of the worst cases, but one was a possum. She was getting in their apartment behind her stove, and he would just come in and chill when she would leave for work, and the food would be everywhere. And then he'd go back out behind the stove. She didn't know what was going on. The poor lady. And then it was a she actually. She had babies, and like you said, they're on her back, and she had set up a camera. And like, dude, there's a possum coming in behind my stove.
My wife would just burn the house down. It wouldn't be about selling it.
Yeah.
Like, well, we got to have to burn it down.
I hate possums, but I leave him alone. He seems like he just stroll. I'll be back there. He just stroll through and then go on out the back, because through the back of my house, it's like this big field where dogs play. So he just strolls on back there. I'm like, "What's up, bro?"
I've told this story before.
Which
on
one?
Air.
Okay.
I used to live. I lived down when I first got married down on Mankey Park, down on Broadway. The house facing the park, which really is neither here nor there. But because we lived on Mankey Park, even though we were downtown, lots of possums, lots of squirrels. So we had possum problems. And I lived in those houses over there are old. The one I was in was built in the late 20s, and it was made of, like really thick cardboard. It wasn't, but it didn't last long enough. But anyway, you could get into that attic. There was, if a varmint wanted in, there was just literally no way I could keep them out. So I was dealing with it all the time. And we had a possum problem that was getting into the attic. Well, one morning, I let my dogs out. My back door, I'd walk out, and I had a deck, and there was a drop off. So the garbage cans were level with the deck. If you stepped off the deck, it was the exact height of the garbage can. So you'd have to go downstairs to grab the garbage can. Well, one morning I opened the door to let the dog out. The possum was standing on the deck, and we scared the possum, and the possum jumped, and he jumped into the garbage can. So now I have a rabid and angry, nasty, stinky possum
in the trash.
Now, if I was out in the country,
you just pop him.
I'd just take care. I would dispatch.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I'm not going to gat this possum in the middle of Alamo Heights at 4:45 in the morning or whatever it was. So, what are you going to do? So I
just
went
kick
back.
It over. What'd you do?
I wasn't going to kick it over. I wanted the possum gone, but I didn't know how to do it. And I hadn't had my pig incident yet, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I didn't know how to dispatch this possum.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, and it can't get out. It was a big garbage can, and it's crying and it's screaming, and I'm, maybe it'll get it. Well, a day passes. And I thought, well, maybe it'll expire. This next day, this thing's still alive, and now it's mad. Now it's like, if you let me out, you're the first one I'm taking out.
We got to fight.
So it's garbage day.
What'd you do?
So
you just let him roll out. You just let the garbage man deal with it.
I looked, and I sat in the front of my front room and peeked through the blinds to see what would happen when the garbage man, because this was before they had the arm, the dude would have to get up and sling it. So, I have the cover on, and that dude goes to flip the lid off, and he grabs it, and he jumps. And that possum was mad. That possum came down and stood up on like
Godzilla.
This dude runs into the yard, and then it turns and
falls
into the park.
I know they were pissed at you. Like, I know this man knew that possum was in his garbage can.
He knew he was.
Wow. That's bad, Rob. You just like, I'm gonna leave it to the garbage man to deal with it.
I didn't know what to do. I was hoping it would be dead. And by the time,
be shooting guns in Alamo Heights. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the neighbor just killed a possum last night.
They would.
You might have had the vice president of PETA a couple doors down.
Oh man, they'd have put me under the city hall after that.
You can't be shooting possums at 4 a.m.
Don't like the possum. Now where I live, shoot, it's just an everyday.
It's a normal thing.
We got rabbits now.
Do your dogs chase them?
No, it's funny. I'm not sure one of them even never sees them.
Oh, okay. Because, dude, my brother-in-law used to live out in Bulverde, and his dog would chase foxes and rabbits. He'd come out there every now and then. It'd be a rabbit day. He'd be like, damn, my dog's kind of athletic. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to catch a rabbit.
The one that's athletic enough to chase them, I'm not sure that one is around them enough, but we do have them. I see them.
Let me ask you, when you grew up, did your dogs live inside?
They do now.
No, but I mean, when you were a kid.
See, I grew up, my father grew up on a dairy farm. Grew up on a dairy farm in middle Oklahoma. So he comes from the perspective of anything that's not a human is livestock. You care for it, you take care of it, but you don't make them part of the family. It is right. So dogs come and go. out on the
See,
ranch.
that's what I'm saying. When I was growing up, our dogs lived outside.
Our dogs were outside dogs.
Me too.
And we took care of them. We took them to the vet, but there wasn't. Well, we had two kinds of dogs. We had the outside dog, and then we always had the inside lap dog, that little bug-eyed, vibrating, nervous dog.
Yeah.
Bug-eyed rat dogs, as I like to call them. And so those dogs were always inside, but there was always, great care taken to have one that didn't have fur issues. And, back in the 80s, we didn't have that. There might be one dog that didn't have fur issues.
What year did we say dogs need to live inside?
Well, it happened when I got married.
Okay.
My wife introduced me to that.
Okay. Because all of a sudden it just seemed like because when I was growing up, everybody's dog lived outside.
And just looked at you.
And then one year,
sliding glass door.
Now everybody's dogs lives inside.
Ours live inside, as they're like equal participants in the life of the Thompson family.
Yeah.
If there was a chair, I mean, when your dogs start getting sweaters for Christmas that match yours, you're an empty nester. Your wife is desperate to take care of something.
I was like, damn, all of a sudden dogs just live, and I don't have a problem with it. Just like, but
again,
growing up, I'm from Tyler. Everybody had an outside dog for protection or whatever, and they just lived outside. And it wasn't 106 degrees either when we were coming up. It was like in the 90s.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? Like now, 106 is just cruel to leave the dog out in 106 degree weather.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
No, it's not.
I just went politically correct because I don't want to lose listeners.
Understand.
I don't want to lose any listeners. Like, Rudy's a dog hater.
The reason I came back at you is I'll never forget being a riverboat driver when it was like 102, and they go, well, it's way too hot for the horses.
But we're
out there like melting on the middle of the boat. But those damn horses are in the air conditioner. I hope they're comfortable.
The construction workers
out there slinging hammers. I hope those horses are doing okay.
But the dogs, no, the dog can't be out there.
Get your ass out there and have some warm water and drive those.
Even
tourists.
On the news, they're like, bring your pets inside. Call this number.
Obviously,
call this number if you notice a pet outside. I'm like, damn, it's a pet. I grew up with animals outside.
It was a sad, and I guess it might be more common than not, but when you have outside animals, tragic things happen.
True.
I mean, the story and the Thompson house of the tragic end of pets is legendary.
I feel you on that.
I mean, we lost animals in really bizarre ways over the years.
I have to hear these stories one day. You have to tell me a couple of those.
It's not for polite company.
It's not for radio.
And it's
all
for radio. They were all like acts
Yeah.
of God, where you go, I think we're over an Indian burial ground because this shouldn't continue to happen, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to look at the coaching roundtable. I think every job that's going to be open's open. We're at 7 open jobs in the NFL.
What up, Mo? Yeah,
most
7. You got 7.
Yeah, the most recently being New York. We talked about it a lot yesterday.
You said it. He was like, Rob's like, he's gone. I'm like, I don't know. Then why didn't I fire him on Monday?
I don't know either. They just made him sweat for a little bit. But the jobs are open. Which is the best one? If you are an available coach and willing to kind of step into a tough situation, which would be the least tough of all of them? Because none of them are easy. We the hangover from the national championship. We're going to look at a couple things.
literally the hangover.
So as morning guys, Rudy and I are very accustomed to getting up early in the morning to do media.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a 23-year-old college senior named Stetson Bennett, waking up early in the morning to fulfill your media obligations after going all night and fulfilling your media obligations after a few adult drinks,
absolutely a little bit of everything.
Well deserved, but going on air might not have been your best plan.
Yeah,
and him on air yesterday caused quite a stir in the socials. Has everybody else noticed the obvious? That Stetson had partied all night long as a national championship. The Spurs taking on the Rockets tonight. Carolina Teague will join us at 8:30. Shoot around. We'll have you completely prepared for the Spurs win against the Rockets. We're going to beat those guys.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know.
It feels like last night, as Christmas Day is the beginning of the NBA regular season in most people's minds, although they've been playing for 2 months. Last night felt like the beginning of the college basketball season. College football's done. Next night, not only did you get good games, but you got to get high-end programs. You had Texas Tech winning twice against top 10 teams in the same week. They beat Kansas earlier. They take down a good number 1 team in the country, Baylor, the first time they've lost since last year. USC goes down last night, number 5 in the country. Good basketball hitting. We're going to look at the college basketball world as we start headed toward March Madness. We're not that far away. Conference play has begun, and you might as well know what's going on. Dr. Jason Garrett's going to join us at 9:15. We look at the injuries, the lack of injuries, quite frankly, with the Dallas Cowboys as they get ready for San Francisco, and the rest of the injuries that are going to affect your playoffs this weekend. We got a lot to get into, so let's go face first into a Tuesday morning. We'll get you informed. We call it the 411 in the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Sources confirm that the Alabama Crimson Tide wide receiver Jameson Williams has a torn ACL. Williams has not yet announced whether he intends to enter the draft or return to Alabama for his senior season. Monday is the deadline for players to declare, but he is currently rated the number 1 wide receiver and number 6 prospect available for the 2022 NFL draft by both ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. and Todd McShay.
You selfish people, y'all still mad at Sincere McCormick? You still mad at him for sitting out a bowl game? They're supposed to be supposed to be the first receiver off the draft board. Now he has a torn ACL. I guess I just have to track, I don't know, because NFL is slotted, so it's slotted. So we'll just have to see how much money he's lost. Again, it's the national championship game. He's not going to sit out of the college football playoff. But if you're not in that Final Four, do you risk that?
Truth.
Like, are y'all still mad at people? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember, I went at Herb Street the other day, like, you don't love football. Well, Jameson loves football, and now it may have cost him a couple million. And who knows? I mean, again, while people do recover from ACLs pretty quickly, not everybody's the same. Who knows if he's the same? There's a chance he's not. I think he will be, but there's always that slim chance that, he's just one of the guys that just doesn't do well. Look at Derek. Derrick Rose was never the same after his first ACL tear. He was just never the same, So
I'll ask you, put your GM hat on.
Okay. Let me hold on.
You're drafting top 20.
Yes,
but you're not in there. You need a wide receiver, and you before the injury up until Sunday, you'd done your scouting. He was the best one on your board.
First round.
Do you take him?
Yes.
I mean,
you asked me, the Eagles have 3 first-round picks. Would they maybe use one of their last 3 first-round picks? Right? I kind of said no at first, but, the more you think about it, a talent like that is only available at your, late teens, early 20s pick because of an ACL. You can maybe wait that long and, he might come back week 10 of next year and be a good player. Who knows? But if you have 3 first-round picks, maybe it is worth spending one of those. But I see him as a second-round pick now.
But he may have went from top 10 to the 29th pick. That's money.
That's true.
It's a lot. He lost money. He lost money. There's no hesitation or question that he did lose some money, and that might be worth the stay. I don't think it is because, as I tell everybody, if you have the possibility, if you know that if you say goodbye to college, that you're going to make some money next year, go. I don't care what it is. You can come back to school. You can come back.
Right.
Go make some money. But now the NIL can make that a little bit easier to decide. Now, it certainly won't match. He won't make anywhere near what he did as a wide receiver. Now, quarterback could.
Right.
One of those high-profile positions, but I don't think wide receivers there, especially at Alabama.
Right.
But it would make it easier. You pull in 100,000, and I'm sure Alabama can find a couple of alumni that would kind of help. So it helps Mama, helps you, gives you a chance to rehab. That's one of the true benefits of the NIL.
Yourself back in the
it gives you a chance. I don't think he'll take that. I think he's going to go because I do think we can look at the ACL injury now like a high ankle sprain.
Right.
We know how to fix you, and sometimes you come, but not sometimes. 50-50, you come back stronger. You focus on those muscles that you never really did before, and that knee's even better than it was before.
Yeah.
Sucks, though.
Big time.
Moving on.
Headline 1.
Y'all mentioned it, but it's worth going into a little bit because it's our favorite topic on this show sometimes. The sinking ship that is the New York Giants. It seems like the ship has sunk and they're totally rebuilding as the New York Giants fired their GM on Black Monday and then yesterday fire head coach Joe Judge after just 2 seasons. Judge, a first-time head coach, went 10-23 in his 2 years. He is the 3rd consecutive Giants coach to be fired after 2 seasons or less. following Ben McAdoo, who went 13-15, and Pat Schumer, who went 9-23, as the once proud franchise stumbles through one of the worst 10-year stretches in its history.
I want to give credit to whoever began this, but I'm not sure who did.
Okay.
I'm giving you hearsay of what was hearsay, so this is double hearsay. But I heard this morning coming in on a fine show that you don't get to hear because you're listening to us on ESPN National. You can watch it on TV, I suppose.
Oh, okay,
But Kellerman said, the problem with the Giants is they're a proud old school franchise, and when they were on the top of the world, Wellington Mara had dominating leaders of men kind of coaches. Parcells was there, and most recently Coughlin, who was a leader. I mean, those were old school football types and had those kind of values, and they work. And as long as they continue to work, there's no problem with doing things that way. Pittsburgh continues to do it, so they understand. The Maras, the owners, listen and understand, and they comprehend that type of coach, and that's what Sherman was, and that's what McAdoo was, and that's what Joe Judge was. Hardcore football leader of men, but it was misapplied, and players just don't buy that, or at least didn't buy what they're selling. So the problem with this is they're going to have to completely reevaluate the kind of franchise that they are.
The culture.
They're going to have to get a GM that's going to go, we're changing things here. This is not going to be 1985 football.
I agree with that. That's a great take. Whoever said that was a great take.
And it wasn't me, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't Kellerman, but somebody originated that, and I do want to – I completely agree with that.
Yeah, because right now they're living off of their name.
Yes.
And they're just like, oh, well, we're the Giants, and we're in New York, so this is still somewhere to be. No, not really.
And because they're the Giants, and because they're in New York, they have a license to print money. It doesn't, it's kind of like Jerry. You don't have to, because you're going to be profitable no matter what. And I think the Giants have fallen into the ownership status of now this is a profit stream that we don't want to mess with, and nor do we want to invest in.
Well said.
So they're going to have to completely change their paradigm. Moving on.
Headline 0.
From one story that we love following to another, the false hope of the Los Angeles Lakers, as the Lakers forward Carmelo Anthony likes the comparison to the Tom Brady's Tampa Buccaneers to the Lakers. Quote, just from the standpoint of starting off slow and having new guys on the team, new system, guys trying to figure it out, guys trying to figure out how to play with LeBron and Anthony Davis, and now incorporating Russ, and just now everybody figuring out what their role is, he told reporters on a video conference call. And what it made the beautiful for the Bucs is what they all came together, and you saw what happened with that.
I'm not gonna totally shoot that down. I see him working, and I don't think any athlete's just gonna tell you, yeah, we're out of it, we're just no good. So I get where he's coming from.
I don't like the cross-sport comparison, even though it's there. It's like, oh, hey, they won a championship because they're a bunch of old guys that,
I see him working.
But does it sound like he's trying to convince himself?
Like, who are you trying to convince?
Is it me or you? Because I'm starting to get to the point where it's a show me kind of thing. I mean, I know that the health has been the primary issue, getting everybody on the court at the same time. But even when they're on the court at the same time, I've seen them look dominant and I've seen them look lost.
They still need to make a move at the deadline. The line, I mean, because even if you do make a move at the deadline, you still have a couple months to get to know each other, to get some continuity. I still think their roster's off a bit, but I mean, I see them working like, hey, we can get hot late and make a run. And if they do come together, yes, they could probably beat anybody. But right now, it's nowhere in sight.
It's nowhere in sight. And it sounds like a degenerate gambler going, well, I can always hit Hawaii. Hawaii doesn't kick till 11 o'clock tonight. So if everything else fails, I'll get hot late.
I'll get bet on these late games and win my money back.
If you're relying on getting hot at the last minute, if you're relying on a deadline making a deal, that sounds a little desperate right now. And I'm not calling the Lakers done. But if I ask you this, Lakers versus the field, and I'm talking field, every team, who you taking?
Off the field.
The field.
The field.
The Lakers versus the field minus Golden State, minus Phoenix, minus Milwaukee, minus the 76ers or
the Nets.
The Nets. Still, Lakers versus the field minus those primary contenders. Are you taking the field or are you taking the Lakers? My question is, so they're an elite. They're still in your mind one of the 5 or 6 teams most likely.
Yeah.
Are they the least likely of the most likely? Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
I think they're sliding. I think they're probably still there, but I'm starting to question whether they're capable of this. Beating a team 4 times?
Yeah, then with me thinking that they could beat Phoenix or Golden State 4 times, or hell, maybe even Utah at this point.
Yes, even times. Utah, even maybe Denver, or even the Clippers. I'm starting to wonder if they're capable of putting together 4 wins in 7 games.
No, the West is just too much of a gauntlet for me to say I'd take the Lakers over the field. No, definitely going to the field, but they are the best of the worst.
Well said. There you go. Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
There's 7 openings. I guess that's pretty common. It seems a little bit more than normal, but it's about right.
I got mine ranked. I got them. I'm ready.
A third of the league turns over. This year, same old. And I don't think anybody is really upset with any of the firings, even though Brian Flores seemed to be rather odd. You could kind of justify if you had a prism, as the owners did. But which is the best gig? If you were a coach available, maybe wanting to step back into the arena and you had the availability like your Jim Harbaugh, which one would you take? We'll look at that next. We'll talk college seniors and partying the night before making national TV appearances. Might want to be a discussion there. Spurs are playing the Rockets. We'll look at the game. Shoot around will be going at 8:30. Carolina Teague will join us. But next, we're talking the NFL here on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Got a question for you. Are you in a situation where you need to have a tooth removed? Are you looking to have wisdom teeth removed? Maybe you've got someone home from college, needs to get those teeth out. You're at the beginning of a new year. Or maybe it's time to start searching for, you're looking for dental implants. I would like to recommend to you Dr. Mark Havercorn in River City OMS. Their offices are over on 1604 and I-10. Easy to get to, easy to get out. I recommend heading over there and just meeting the great people. You'll find what I found. A great business. Dr. Havercorn is a oral maxillofacial surgeon. He is a dentist. He is also a licensed physician. All those come together in extraordinary practice, but above and beyond that, their practice is unique in how they bill. First of all, Dr. Havercorn lives here in San Antonio. He practices here. He doesn't fly around. So when you consider what a dentist is, I want you to stop spending lots of money at a dentist every few years only to have it fail. Dental implants at River City Oral Surgery could be the solution. Dr. Mark Havercorn at River City Oral Surgery is an oral surgeon and a medical doctor, as I told you. He offers direct patient care with prices that are listed on his website at rivercityoms.com. That is unique to me. I have not seen a medical practice like this before, and it's catching fire because you can save some money. See, Dr. Havercorn and River City OMS, they don't accept insurance. And because they don't, all the work that's involved in just accepting those insurances, that's eliminated. And they can offer you transparent pricing, like $1,300 per dental implant, including x-rays, exams, and post-op care. How about $20,900 to replace all teeth in one jaw with implant teeth, and it includes everything from start to finish. If you've been pricing, you know that's an extraordinary deal. Even with those that have insurance, he can beat those prices 9 times out of 10. Stop the struggle. It's time for no more tooth pain, no more worrying that something will blow up on you. I want you to call Dr. Mark Havercorn right now, River City Oral Surgery, 210-778-002. 210-778-0002. Imagine no more tooth pain. I want you to call Dr. Mark Havercorn right now, 210-778-0002 for River City Oral Surgery.
A basketball edition of the Red River Showdown took place in Austin last night as the 21st ranked Texas Longhorns defeated the Oklahoma Sooners 66-52. The Longhorns are now 3-1 in Big 12 play. Also happening in Big 12 play last night, the 19th ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders upset the number 1 team in the country, Baylor Bears, 65-62, giving the Bears their first loss of the season. In the NBA tonight, the San Antonio Spurs return home for their first game at the AT&T Center of 2022 to take on the Houston Rockets. Tip-off is at 7:30, and this is the start of a 7-game homestand for the Silver and Black. And in Cowboys news, starting corner Anthony Brown has cleared the COVID list and is expected to play Sunday in the wild card round versus the 49ers. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl.
millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom, how the world connects.
Gentlemen, now you can find the best brands and fits for you without even trying. Just follow these easy instructions. Step 1, shop a personalized store that does all the work for you by customizing a selection for your taste and body. Step 2, level up your closet with the best brands and fits with little to no effort. Not trying has never looked so good. Introducing Stitch Fix Freestyle, your personalized store. We're so you.
Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. We can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Why does Walgreens offer copays as low as $0 and 90-day refills? Because we care about Medicare, so you don't have to. I mean, do you really care to hear me go on about same-day prescription delivery making your life easier? Or how there's a pharmacy expert available 24/7 and one-click refills? Well, I just did anyways. Fill your Medicare prescriptions with Walgreens and save.
$0 copays apply to Tier 1 generic drugs and select plans with Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy. Restrictions apply. See walgreens.com/Medicare for complete details.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo, and auto security headquarters has discounts piled to the ceiling. That's right, every store, Austin and San Antonio, and especially the Bandera Road store in San Antonio has discounts on everything. Car stereos, car alarms, and especially the window tint you want. Dark, dark, dark window tint. Also, make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with new subwoofers and an amplifier. That's right. We can even hook it up to your existing factory car stereo. Get to Mother's Window Tint today. Check us out online at motherswindowtint.com or give us a like and a follow on Facebook. Tell your friends. Come on in. We've got those discounts stacked to the ceiling at Mother's Window Tint. Remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Hey, remember how 20 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, now it's the future, and I used all those savings to buy this new hologram phone. Because, you know, it's the future, and everything is holograms now.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, this is Bomani Jones. What's your favorite podcast? Let me tell you why that'll be number 2 after you listen to mine. 3 times a week, I'm going to challenge you to keep up with me as I discuss topics from the latest in technology and music, and people getting dunked on. Also, we get the very best analysis of the games, and we watch them with encyclopedic level historical connection. Plus, we have got a community of guests that you'll feel like are your closest friends in no time. Listen and subscribe to The Right Time with Bomani Jones Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
It's like breakfast tacos with the hot stuff. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the Morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Welcome on to R&R. Happy Wednesday to you. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah. My trash is out.
Did you get it this week?
I got it.
Was it overflowing?
I feel like I needed to tape some, a lot of trash talk this morning. I felt like I needed to tape some extra money onto the bags because, you know, I live out in the county and I have to contract for our trash pickup. I have to go find a company. And I'm on the lowest rung of how much you pay. So I get a can. It's a big can, like you guys get. I get like one. You fancy city folk.
Man, we don't want to live where we live.
You fancy city folk, you get those nice cans City just gives you. You just expect it to come and go. Just, you know, you pay through your taxes. I have to pay. And so I just get one. But they allow me to, basically, I think the contract says you can have 3 things on the ground.
Oh, okay.
You can have a can and 2 bags. You can have 3 cans, and only one of them has to be one of theirs. You can have your own on the other ones. They're not nearly as big.
Okay. Yeah.
So I left this morning, and there I had 8 bags of trash.
Jeez.
There's a couple of Christmas
you
bags.
Missed last week.
Yeah, I missed last week because my wife is out of town, and I'm unable to do things like normal adults. But for me, the trash, it's a long way. It's not an easy get. It's not an easy go. I mean, it's a hike. It's a 30-minute outing to walk out and hike down there and get it and walk back. It's not.
And did you get it all
my
in one trip?
82-year-old dad has no problems. He has it every week. So
did you get it all in one trip?
No, what I did this time was I threw it all in the back of my wife's car and drove it down.
That's what I figured. Like you need.
But you got to be real careful with that because you don't know what's coming out of those bags.
Yeah, if it leaks, you're screwed. And you're gonna be like, and you did it in my car.
I had just gotten the car that I have now, and I was driving a bag down in the middle of the summer, and things had gone south in one of those bags, and then that molten garbage juice got into my trunk, and it was like there was a dead body back there.
Dude, I can smell it now. It just made my whole stomach hurt.
Wretched, awful. Well, I had just had that happen.
That's disgusting.
And in their defense, the porters or whatever you would call them at where I go to get my car washed, he was kind of down because he opened that thing up. It could have been a dead body. I mean, it was ripe. And and I popped the trunk and I was asking them, can you put like an air freshener back there? And he was kind of like, he looked at me and he didn't say anything. He looked at me like, oh, I had a body in there, huh?
he thought you're an Italian hitman. He was like, dude, I bet he went home and was like, dude, I swear, I can't, I have no proof, but I think this dude had a dead body in his trunk.
I popped that trunk and they have these little tabs, that you can throw in that they put underneath your seat.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I get an extra couple to throw into my trunk? So I popped it, and the manager was walking out because I asked at the door, I mean, where you pay inside, can I buy a couple of these extra? Because I forgot to tell the guy when you pull up. So the guy's walking out, I popped the trunk, and that guy, the guy that was rubbing down the car just looked at me like, yeah, I know that smell. He looked at me like, oh man, yeah, I'm down. Yeah,
yeah. He was like, yeah, you killed somebody, bro, and it's cool with me. Tip me.
We had this little wink, like we were.
Wink. And can I say this about the wash car places, wash tub places? If you're the guy that goes and corrects the poor kid making $9 an hour that he missed a couple spots, just wash it yourself.
Yeah.
I've watched people really rip these dudes a new one, and it bothers me.
Well,
and again,
okay.
I know you're paying, but like, come on, then just go. If it bothers you that much, what's even worse? The guy that has a year free. He has a year free from the dealership. And you're already not paying. Well, you are paying.
Yeah,
you're paying. You're paying.
I buy the
payment.
annual from those guys.
You see, and then there's like, and sometimes they do dry your car with the towel that's probably a little wet,
and there's some streaks.
And then you see these men and women just ripping these kids a new one. I'm like, dude, then just wash it in your driveway with it. Because I'm a country boy. We country boy. I turn on my music and I wash my car in the driveway if we're not under water restrictions. And if you're gonna rip people, man. Just wash it yourself.
You still wash your car? I can't remember the last time I washed my own car.
That's fun.
But I grew up doing it.
It's therapeutic. I like turning on my music, seeing the neighbors, and just washing it myself because I do it how I want it done. And now, hell, a car wash is $30, like $25-$30.
I've ridden in your car a couple times. You're a neat car guy.
No, I'm not.
You're not. You're not a neat car.
No,
so obviously, I got in the car right after your wife had been in it.
You got lucky.
Really?
Yeah, you got lucky. I got kids, man. You might find a fry in your ass.
That's not on you.
Yeah,
that's the circumstance. So if you don't have kids,
we keep the car clean.
My car's a big purse. It is an ongoing struggle.
But I've never seen your car dirty.
Well,
I
have to
at least not
really
outside.
stay on top of it. I really do because I have a tendency to throw everything in the passenger seat, and once the passenger seat gets full, I start throwing it behind the passenger seat. So I'm
guilty. I probably have like rundowns underneath the seat.
Normally, you marry someone that evens you out. It's the yin and the yang of life. If you're a slob, normally you end up marrying a neat freak, and yet things kind of come together.
We balance.
My wife and I are both car slobs. My wife and I are not good about car washing or car cleanliness.
Yeah,
they just become giant rolling duffel bags and purses.
Yeah, inside of the car it gets rough. It gets rough sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. The inside of my car, sometimes if you got in, like if you went and got in right now, you'd be like, wow, Rudy's kind of a slob.
And you have nice cars. I drive cars till their wheels fall off. I buy them and then I drive them till no one wants them, not even me.
Yeah, see, I did that with my Galant. I drove it till the engine was just like.
I will drive it till you can have it.
Yeah, I drove my Galant into the ground. So, 2 of them.
When I started here, my car was on its last legs. The last car I had, it's a Toyota. Anyway, so I'm new. I've known Minix for 20 years, but when I started, so I pull up the very first time we're going to lunch, and he rides with me, and he opened the door to sit down, and I think I had like an old burrito or something. Seriously, like an old burrito, like in the seat, and we were moving trash for him to sit down. He was like, "Oh my god, dude!" And it marked him because Minix is a neat freak. It's like he's almost OCD.
Oh, he is
on his order. He's a very orderly dude.
I didn't know that. Must learn something new every day.
That gave him the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, someone just said I do it right. I get on them every single time. Vince, then wash it yourself.
Well, you are. See, that's how they get you because you got the free, but it ain't free. You're always tipping, free. And you don't want to be the non-tipper. Don't be that guy.
Oh, I hate those guys too.
No. And I would not blame the people that work there. If you walked out and just got in your car, they should all be allowed to have an ice pick to give one of your tires, just a little something.
Yeah, don't be that guy,
just,
man.
Don't be the
guy,
non-tipper.
Vince.
Don't
be polite. Just say, hey, I think you missed the spot. Do you mind going over it one more time? And that right there, you only get one revision. That's what I do in video editing, where it's like, please let me know what you'd like to change. Maybe 2 revisions, and that's it.
I'm just not. I'm just like, I'm the worst person because I'm just not the complainer. Like, I'm not taking my fries back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like, hey, I said no tomatoes.
I'm just not coming back.
I was not coming back and I'll just take the tomatoes off myself. Like, it's not that serious to me. Like, these people already don't want to be there.
There's still something about paying for service, but you're right. Don't go back.
I know. We have to come in here and do our jobs too, but it's just not me.
I understand.
What's the maddest you ever got? Have you ever sent something like, I've refused to eat this crap. I want my money. And
I went off on the Arby's drive-through guy once because how he was taking my order.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't because he messed up. It's just like, what? Yeah, I don't know. That ain't ranch. And I just lost it on him. You know what I mean? And I drove off. Like, I went off on him, but normally I'm just.
Have you ever escalated to the manager?
No, never. I've never asked for the manager in 44 years of my life.
Not once. You've never
I've never asked for the manager.
I'm to see your supervisor.
No. You?
No, I'm not normally the kind of guy like you. Normally,
I'm not that guy.
I will, complain rather loudly so the people around me know, but I'll just not come back. I just won't go back.
Right.
And the sad thing is, you'll never know what happened, but I'm going to downgrade and denigrate you to everybody I know. You know what I mean? And I will.
Yeah.
And probably owe them the respect of saying, look, this is a problem that you need to fix. Now, I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
Because normally that's the case. If I've gotten to that point, it's not, there's somebody does exactly what you do, not far away.
Right.
Whatever that is.
I like that. I like that model. Just don't go back.
Well,
and if anybody asks me, I'm gonna tell them this horrible.
But the problem is, I do think I owe them. I would like to know if I was the business owner that you did not have a good experience. Now, I might not like you, and I might disagree with you, but I'd like to know that this is an issue that might at some point need to be addressed.
Right.
And if you don't say anything, it's not going to stop.
Fix it? Right.
And then to make things even worse, I'm going to blow you up forever for what might have been a one-off. It might have been.
You know what? There's that too.
But you're not going to get me back. I'm not going to. You'd have to have a long track record for me to come back if you get me mad. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to go Karen or Todd. I'm not going to go there.
Karen, that's the most overused word in 21 was Karen. 2021 was the year of Karen. And 2020 and 2021. Well, 2020 we were inside. So 21, they just went overboard.
I think we kind of killed that name.
Yeah, but no, I haven't asked for them. You a manager? You asked for the manager, Karl? I can see you asking for the manager, Karl.
I got really mad at my bank not too long ago.
Well, that's different.
And they asked if I wanted to talk to a supervisor, and I was just like, what's it really gonna do? Yeah. So I just kind of said, it's okay. I'm sorry if I, raised my tone a little bit. It was frustrating though. They took $1,800 out of my account without asking me because of an error they made. So yeah, they put it back, but my my account was a little messed up because they did it, and I had already. It's a long story. I won't get into it.
you can tell he's getting mad.
He's getting mad now.
By the way, I called him again.
He's upset now.
I almost closed it over it, but I get the issue. I think I figured out why, and I didn't elevate it. But there are times where if you have a service, especially when it's your money and that much money, you can really
$1,800 I'll lose.
We've wasted this segment, so let's go ahead all the way down to the bottom of the hole. We're in the rabbit hole. Let's keep chasing. Let's do it. Now, the modern version of let me speak with your manager is the Yelp review or the review of service or product. I have still never done that.
See, I've never left a bad review on Yelp.
I read them. I use them.
Well, I know a lot of people do before. And see, that's touchy because just because you didn't like it I don't read them because I want to make my own assumption. But I know some people that before they try a new restaurant, they will look at the reviews. And I'm like, you're trusting some people you don't even know.
Consistent. Like if you see 5 or 6 within 2 or 3 days, like the service was awful. And you see 3, 4, 5 of those, sorry, man. I don't know if they're true or not, but there's enough of them to where it makes me think, at least for a little while, you guys were having some kitchen problems.
Well, let me tell y'all something. And I know a lot of people know this. So I had myself, my brother-in-law, my wife, we had a small pulled pork sandwich shop. We had a little restaurant. And Yelp called me because we started getting Yelp reviews.
Cool.
And he was like, hey, you get this package.
You
never get a bad
start cleaning those things up.
You never get a bad review. We clean all up. So a lot of y'all are reading Yelp reviews that are awesome because they pay Yelp.
But I don't go to the 5-star. I go to the 1-star. I want to go see what the problems are.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You can pay. Okay, I don't even know.
But if I see no 1-star, I don't believe it.
Oh, you don't believe it?
Ain't nobody perfect,
right?
And half the 1-stars are just funny reads because you can tell the idiots that are writing them had no idea what they were ordering.
Yeah.
Just they're reviewing the reason why they don't like things. You go, well, that makes no sense, bro. Next.
I think it's more of a service thing when you're looking at Yelp, right? Because the food, everybody has different taste buds. So if you're going on Yelp, you're seeing if the service.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's not about the food, the flavor. But sometimes people are like, there was way too much something in that, and that's their review. So no, get rid of that.
Who cares?
It's like growing up when you would watch the Olympics when it wasn't all digitized. You'd look up to the judges. And the East German judge and the Russian judge and the Turkish judge, and you knew the East German judge about to screw us. You knew it every time. So they built in, we're going to throw out the high and the low, and that's kind of how I judge those reviews. I'm going to throw out the highs, I'm going to throw out the lows, although I want to read the lows. I want to see where the problems are, not the benefits, not the wonderful stuff. So tell me what you thought. I'll make my own decision about stuff like that. But
you're a Yelp guy.
But it's funny. I've never written a review
I've never written one. Never.
But I do utilize it.
Yeah, see, I've never left the place and be like, I'm going to leave them a bad review.
Or a good one. I need to do that too.
I should, because the small businesses is everything. Like you can make or break a small business on the reviews. Because I know some people that call. I know a guy that owns a place. He will call them and be like, hey, what can we?
That's why I feel like
what can we do to make sure that this doesn't happen again?
So
now it goes back to what you
measured in my response. Don't be mad. Right. Just walk up and say, this just happened. Now I'm never coming back. I'm not mad at you, but my life's too short to have to worry if I come back, is this going to happen to me again? So, but here's what happened. Fix it or not, I don't care, but at least
right.
You can try to win me back. Hey, let's talk about coaching and good gigs. After wasting a sports talk radio segment, we might want to look into coaching. Coming back, there are 7 open jobs. What's the best one? What's the worst one? What would you take? Got a lot of Dallas Cowboy talk. We heard from Jerry Jones yesterday. There is a goal in mind, and it's not this weekend. We'll hear from him coming up at 8 o'clock. Hang around with us. We're going to have so much fun, and it won't be any without you. Yeah. You're on R&R in the Morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star here on ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Carzeus.com. Carzeus.com. You want an accurate cash offer to buy your car? Go to Carzeus.com. It's a lot of pluses to go into Carzeus. That's just one of them. One of the main ones for me is that they're local. But if you want to be certain about your decision, you want an easy and stress-free experience, you want to work with a reputable and local company, and you want to be paid in under an hour, then that's the place for you for Carzeus. If you got that car that you're just sitting around, still works, you're ready to get rid of it, don't know what to do with it, or if you have a car, you still owe a little bit of money, but you just hate it and it's got you in a financial crunch, check out Car Zeus. I know I was talking to one of the sales reps yesterday, and they're like, you know what? I do have a car. I heard you earlier. I do have a car. I need to take over there. I was like, you better make sure you tell them R&R in the morning sent you. So go to carzeus.com, answer a few questions, upload a few pictures, set your appointment. Go in, my man Jeff will drive it around, make sure it's running just right, make sure the windows come up, the windows go down, the AC comes on, the heat comes on, check everything out for you. Boom. Here's the offer. Take it or leave it, and they're not going to harass you about it. I hate being harassed by a company once I've, gone over there and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to think about it, and then they're bugging you. Car Zeus isn't like that. One, because they believe in their product, and two, that's just not their business model. So customer service is A1. You will not get treated better than any place that you go to other than Car Zeus. Trust me, I've been told. So go to carzeus.com, that's carzeus.com, and let them know R&R in the morning sent you.
Sunday, the Cowboys are digging for a win against the 49ers. Pre-game 2:30, kickoff 3:30, live from AT&T Stadium on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Jason Minix here for Garageization. You've heard me tell you about their shelving, overhead racks, and storage systems to make your garage functional for the entire family. If you have issues with your garage, call 210-664-4494. Have them come out and give you a free consultation. Garageization couldn't be a better choice. A veteran family-owned and operated business for more than a decade. Give them a call at 210-664-4494 or go to the website garageorganizationsanantonio.com.
My name is Sue. I'm 58 and I work with kindergartners. I've been overweight all my life. Over the years, my weight led to high cholesterol, joint pain, and body aches. Getting up and down with kids was hard. I couldn't sit on the floor without finding something to help me up. Once I got up, hip pain would prevent me from walking normally. I had heard the Institute for Functional Health commercials for a long time and thought, maybe this will help me. I called and met with Dr. Torres and immediately liked him. He was very personable. I can't explain it, but something finally clicked inside me. After being on his program, I lost 45 pounds, and for the first time in my life, I feel comfortable and am proud of myself. My husband and I have been married 25 years, and I'm now thinner than the day we met. My blood work is optimal, I'm active, better at my job, and I feel in control of my health. This has truly changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fansville, a college football utopia. Fansville. Where the lakes are stocked with ice-cold Dr. Pepper, and the autumn winds rustle with the sweet smell of football glory. And Dr. Pepper. It's a land flowing with onion dip, where even the food pyramid is shaped like a hot dog. Football. Where every yard gained is a yard worth celebrating, and every celebration is beyond excessive. With ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Return to glory this season with Fansville by Dr. Pepper. Grab some today.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a nature show host.
In the native habitat of a suburban driveway, the poor victim of a broken windshield is left assessing his vehicle, utterly helpless.
Well, not true. If he's got Geico, he can file a claim online, over the phone, or with his handy mobile app.
But like a lone gazelle, he'll suddenly be left to fend for himself, awaiting his terrible fate.
Nope. Geico will assign him a designated claims team to help him out, too.
So the gazelle gets his car fixed and everything. Wow. Nature is so cool.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
It's drive and determination.
Catching a right-hand dunk.
It's magic and mayhem.
Long three is good.
We've got NBA action live on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Jason Minix on your home for Cowboys football. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is going to be in my head for the rest of the day. So when you speak to me today about 1 o'clock and I go, no diggity, you'll know why.
Are you serious? You think
this
so?
This song gets in my brain.
But you know what? This song always comes on right when you start feeling really good.
You get turned right there.
Right when you start feeling really good, no diggity comes on and everybody just breaks out in their little two-step.
Got to turn it up. No diggity.
You're like, what are you drinking? Green? Give me 5 green teas. Chill. Minix tap. Put it on Minix. Yo, Minix is the best person to be around when everything goes awry.
Here come the shots.
Because here come the shots and it's all on him.
Noted.
And then he wakes up, dude. He's like, dude, pretty good time last night. I'm like, yeah, it was.
We don't talk about this.
It's Fight Club. You're right, my
Fight Club.
My bad. I'm so sorry.
We all know that engine gets revved up with minutes.
It gets revved up, dude. That dude, I thought I could party. Like, I really thought I could party. Nah, he's a different level.
He downshifts and things just take off. He downshifts
He can party,
about 11.
man. He can party. Like, he can really go. Especially if he's Ubering, it's on. If he left the Audi at home, it's on.
Y'all think he's had Stetson Bennett nights?
I think he's had a few Stetsons. We all have.
Who hasn't?
Stetson Bennett, national champion.
Yeah.
Georgia quarterback, walk on. The story's been well told. He looks like Peter Brady.
He does.
He looks like the guy next door that mowed your lawn until he was 13.
He does.
But last night or yesterday afternoon or morning, as we were on air, he got to go to the media car wash as your national champion. And boy, you could tell it had been a fine night.
MVP Stetson Bennett is joining us live. Stetson, good morning, my friend. How you feeling this morning after that incredible performance last night?
He can't even sit up
Have you
straight.
to get any sleep?
Yeah, a few hours. Not many. Been wondering about. Not many.
Your mom's watching
You
Stetson.
have plenty of time to sleep. Congratulations. And what a story. Not just the Bulldogs, but you.
Poor
I mean,
guy.
you start your career there at Georgia. You're a walk-on. You transfer.
He's doing his best to hold.
Look at his head, though.
Oh, he can't even keep his head straight up.
What have you learned about yourself during this journey?
Liquor before beer, nothing to fear.
Yeah.
No way.
I think I always had a pretty constant view about myself. I think I learned that life's hard. You got to work for what you want. You got to bet on yourself.
I also found what an Irish car bomb
He's doing
is.
okay. He's doing okay.
Oh, he's maintaining.
He's maintaining.
But you can tell this is a concerted effort. And right now, he is going through that sweaty-faced, when you get hot and cold all at the same time.
Yeah.
And you have to maintain for at least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But you got to be at your peak for whatever reason for something that you are not prepared for.
Right. The thing about it is like when it's both of y'all, like when you see you and your wife, the thing about it, then it becomes, okay, well, who's going to get the hangover remedies? Like it's your turn. Who's going to get the menudo? Who's going to get the barbecue? Like who's going?
That's why you need to have at least a 16-year-old child
that
in your
can
house
go and get it for you.
Here's some money. Be real quiet. And there's some things I need you to get. There's going to be a couple of stops.
7-Up.
I'm going to need
Gatorade.
a case of Pedialyte.
Yeah.
No, mom's not feeling well.
No.
Mom had some bad food last night.
We
you
heard
won't
y'all.
be seeing her today.
My 13-year-old's like, I heard y'all come in. Y'all were loud. This is when you coming up the stairs.
Why were your shoes on the stairs? I haven't. It's been a long time, but we've all had it. When was the last time that you you had to get up early? I mean, you don't have to name places, but you should not have been where you were.
I think the worst one was, and I don't know why I did this. It was my bachelor party weekend. So I started my bachelor party on a Friday night. We didn't go anywhere extravagant. Went to Houston, but I had some buddies that didn't come up Friday night, but we had made a golf tee time at an expensive place. And I had buddies that weren't going to go to the party. There's some guys just can't go to bachelor parties. Drove up Saturday morning to play golf.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go. These guys are coming from San Antonio. Dude, the worst hangover. And I had to get up. You know what I mean? It's just it was a horrible idea.
When you can't
to make a
put
golf
enough
tee
fluid
time.
in your body. When you just cannot drink enough water.
And it's Houston. And it's humid. And it was cart path only.
I'm getting queasy just thinking.
Yeah, it was cart path only. It was so hot. Like I think a few guys quit at hole 10.
I'm just gonna drop right here.
Yeah, dude. I actually birdied number 1, but it was brutal. That was the worst one. Like I had who makes a tee time at 8 a.m. on the night after your first night of your bachelor party? It just doesn't make sense.
I would imagine probably 80% of the grooms are so massively hungover at their wedding that it's You know, it's
I didn't get too wasted at my wedding because I was
not at the wedding.
Oh, okay.
The hangover from the night before at the wedding.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially those that luckily I was a night wedding. We had an evening wedding, so I had all day to recoup. But I've been to too many noon Saturday weddings where
the dude is just
we're all just barely able to stand still,
messing up people's pictures.
If I can get through this hour without throwing up, if I just don't want to have to run off the stage or whatever, because we all feel that bad. Everybody's kind of green. Hair doesn't look quite right.
My wedding coordinator came and took the bottles out of my groom's room. Like, we're getting ready, getting dressed. The music is so loud. And she's like, "Where's the bottle? Give it to me." Because we're in there getting trashed like an hour before the wedding. You know what I mean? Like, just getting trashed. She just came in there and just took the bottle. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, we got pictures. Y'all got to go do this. Y'all got to do that. What are y'all doing? I was like, my bad. My bad, Mary. Whatever her name was.
Wedding coordinators.
They're sticklers.
They
don't play around.
Drill sergeants.
They are drill sergeants. But she did the right thing.
We promise. We're nothing more than our word. And at some point in the next 2 hours, we're going to discuss the coaching availability.
We're teasing.
We are, in fact, teasing. And we might even do it next. I don't know. We're going to talk college hoops, maybe some NFL. I don't know. It's Wednesday.
We don't have the GPS on. Me and Rob come from the era where we pulled over to gas stations and got directions. So we don't follow. We don't have Waze.
That won't work these days either, because they also have Waze and don't know how to get to where you want to go.
No, me and Rob come from the era where, like, you pull over, they get you about 7-8 miles, then you pull over again.
No, you drove past it. You need to turn around.
Did you see the cows? Left. When you see the cows, you were supposed to hit it right.
Where that tree used to be, I want you to go past that.
Right.
And then there used to be about 25 years ago an old Shell station. Don't turn there.
They would give you directions you didn't need.
And the city history all rolled into one.
Anytime somebody's ever given me directions, I've said, "I'm sorry, I appreciate it, but I have Google." I can't remember their directions. I'm just going to go with Google.
And I do believe, well, we'll get into it. Hey, we got to take a break. Got to pay for this fantastic show. Rudy's paycheck, it's big. We got
don't be doing that, Rob. Don't tell people
we got to go get this thing filled.
Don't tell people that. I do not have any money you can borrow.
We'll be right back.
I promise.
This is R&R In The Morning here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
What I do have money for is a couple bottles. And when I do get a couple bottles, I go by Texas Chill Liquor, and I have 4 different locations I can do it at. Well, 2 on Petranco, 1 is across from Walmart and Costco, which I haven't been to that Costco yet. And 1 is all the way down Petranco past 211. 3rd is at Highway 90 Montgomery, and the 4th at Palo Alto exit in the Patron Plaza. And January 28th, Jason Minix and newly acquired Joe Reinagel will be at the Palo Alto Texas Chill Liquor from 4 to 7. Go out there, meet Jason, meet Joe, have some tastings, probably be doing some cool things. Also, if you're a Facebook guy, if you have a Facebook girl, lady, man, go to Facebook, like Texas Chill Liquor. This way you can keep up with the tastings. You can keep up when they're doing engravings. You can keep up when they have some of the great deals that they offer. So this way, if I miss it, you won't. So go on Facebook, like Texas Chill Liquor. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Twitter. They're your one-stop shop for beer, wine, liquor, and cigars. They have it all, and if they don't, they will order it for you. We got some fights coming up. A big fight. Masvidal's fighting. When's Masvidal fighting? I think in March. Masvidal's fighting. You need a keg. They can do a keg. They can deliver it. COVID's acting crazy. You want to go delivery? They can do delivery, curbside, anything to make your visit convenient. Shop local. Texas Chill Liquor. There's 4 different places to do it. Download the app or go to texaschillliquor.com.
San Antonio Sports Star Pro Football Pick'em. Online at sasportsstar.com. Can you pick the perfect matchups all season long? If so, you could win $50,000. Weekly winners score gift cards to Pinkerton's Barbecue and the Mellow Mushroom. For official contest rules and to play, visit sasportsstar.com. Must be at least 21 years old to play this nationwide contest. One winner will be selected at the end of the season. The Pro Football Challenge from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
I know you've been waiting a little bit longer than normal.
Jen's manicure spot needs an extra pair of hands.
Who's at the front desk right now?
Someone who's handy with everything from nail files to spreadsheet files.
Deirdre's not coming in today, but we have that whole bachelorette.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Exergen would like you to know about an important new study by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has always known. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate, and they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
From installing a smart garage door opener, to installing a bathroom faucet, to removing a tree, the Home Depot believes you can do anything, especially the things we have how-to guides for. Visit HomeDepot.com for thousands of tips, workshops, and ideas for projects, big and small. The Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
Hey, Carrie, we need that tax report by tomorrow. Hey, Bobby, give me that expenses.
For Hari's accounting firm, client growth is exponential.
I know we're a couple of accountants short.
He needs whip-smart accountants at whiplash speed.
Hey, so why aren't these receivables matching up?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good, really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless, now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
One team, one mission. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. As you exit the drop-off line, don't mind those brake lights. Watch your school zones, and we'll get you wherever you need to be. He's Karl Schoenig. We're glad you're with us today. Spurs get back into business at home for a while. This is a well-deserved little home spate. They're going to spend most every game at home through the end of this month and into next. A little quick road run and back home, and then they hit the streets for our annual rodeo road trip.
The rodeo time.
But if you want to fix what ails you, you want to cure your problems, you want to go out and, exercise the demons, pull a cowboy Washington football game kind of thing, Rockets are what ails you. The Rockets are here to fix the problems and lay down and give you a W. Tonight, which should be interesting. We get the Rockets, who are desperately in a chase to the bottom. Carolina Teague will join us in about 30 minutes as we look forward to. Let's hope a turnaround game as the Spurs return home and take down the dreaded and awful Rockets.
Did you just call the Rockets slump busters?
They're slump busters. Weren't they going to try to figure out John Wall? Weren't we told that they were going to do something and figure out a way to put him on the roster, and then they realized
really just paying him to sit there. That is the most because no one's taking the 40. They don't want him ruining their youth. So John Wall literally getting paid $40 million to stay at home, like the best PPP loan of all time.
And he has $45 million waiting for him next year.
What?
Yeah, he has an option.
So
I'm opting in. Well, you know what? He may opt out. He may opt out just to go play somewhere.
You ain't opted out of $45 million.
But I think he can go get 3 years, $50 million from somewhere.
I don't know. If you haven't played in a year, you think the only 3 teams have cap space this summer: the Magic, the Pistons, and the Spurs.
I'm not taking anything non-guaranteed. Well, every NBA contract's guaranteed, but if I'm going to leave a guaranteed 45 for a 30 less, you better backload that contract.
I feel you. Damn, John. Well, still, good gig. $85 million the next 2 years. Can't beat that.
Before we move on, and again, let's stress the fact again. NBA, NFL, baseball, these are billionaires. This is an owner who said, we'll pay him.
Right.
Who didn't even go to the coach like, I don't care what you got to do. I will take a bath on this. Get him the hell out of here. Just on general principle, right. I am not paying somebody $45 million to sit at home.
To be a turkey leg hut.
I'll pay $45 million for him to go away.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I can't do that. Like, he just shows up to practice, sweats a little bit, and goes home. He's like a kicker.
$45 million? I mean, every time the checks were printed, I'd just lose my mind. I don't care how much money I got. And a billionaire just goes, just let him sit. Ben Simmons, you go play your game and get fair value. Just remember, every Tuesday, I'm printing out $1.5 million check to a fool that didn't even come to work this week.
That's why you're right, Rob. The thing you taught me is never feel sorry for these billionaire owners.
Never.
When you can pay somebody that to sit home, you're doing fine in life.
Because can you imagine, even extrapolate down the economy of scale in your life?
Yes.
What would that be? Like, you're just like, my lawn guy, he's really good, but he's having some trouble. But I'm mailing him $500 a week, not to mow the yard.
No, nothing.
Not to do anything. Yeah. There's just your money.
What's Fertitta from? Like casinos? Well, I think he has a lot of money.
I thought it was Landry's and stuff like that. Like
the restaurants. The family developed Kima with, and this is alleged, but a lot of alleged talk about mob ties early on.
Oh,
the New Orleans mob.
Well, we could go with that for a lot of
it's
people,
alleged.
I imagine.
Rob said alleged.
Alleged. I have no verifiable proof, but it's in the wind. Real estate and restaurants is where he's made his money. And he got into casino business as well.
I'm sure a casino makes John Wall money in a weekend or two.
Oh, hell
There's a lot of ones.
Oh, yeah, they do.
He's making it rain.
Yeah.
Let's get you caught up on all the headlines, then we're going to talk some Spurs. But first, we call it the 411 in the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
You mentioned it during your live read for Texas Cheer, Liquor, Rudy. Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington will headline the UFC's 272 on March 5th. The welterweight grudge between Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington will headline 272 March 5th. UFC Chief Business Officer Hunter Campbell told ESPN on Tuesday contracts have not been signed for the 170-pound scrap, but the bout is nearly finalized per Campbell. UFC 272 pay-per-view will take place at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The match will be a 5-round non-title bout, and in a message sent to ESPN, Covington said he better blanking show up.
When are they going to lose the number? When they get to 300, can we just stop doing the numbers on UFC?
I remember I went to like 2.
Wow.
Way back in like 2002 or 3.
Really?
Yeah, I went to a Super Bowl. I was doing some work for the Super Bowl, pregame stuff. And they had a UFC event at like Caesars. And it was back when, who's the dude that walked out with the chain? Silva? Was it Anderson Silva?
Probably.
He sounds about that time.
Yeah, he was defending. It was like UFC 2 or 3. It was early on.
No, they're never going to get rid of that. I'm pretty sure they have big things planned for the milestones. I think I saw 250 and it was crazy.
But there's just too many of them.
Yeah, like
I mean, I can understand one a year.
It makes UFC main event like 272. Like, bro, it just sounds
because you get those odd numbers. You go, well, how big a deal could it be?
Right.
UFC 476.
Y'all aren't the people paying for every single one, though. There are people who have
no, but
a
I'm saying like do
UFC
300. UFC 400.
I guess it does give you an opportunity to have a milestone event, but after a while,
it's like Rob coming here. This is show
thank goodness.
98.
Yeah,
it's a party.
Let's not count how many times we've done this.
I remember when Texas celebrated their sesquicentennial.
I remember
when
that.
you're like,
yeah.
Are
I
we
remember
that desperate to find an event that we're celebrating a sesquicentennial?
A reason to drink.
You know what? We're celebrating Friday because it ends in Y. Let's all gather.
I like Masvidal though. I watch Masvidal. When Masvidal fights, I watch him. So those are one of the few UFC fights that I will watch.
Violence personified.
Yeah, I'm not a UFC guy, but I like him.
Moving on. He's a scary dude in public.
Brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage.
Oh, hey, wrong one on that one as I bring this back.
He fired off a Sports Center.
Almost. I'm sorry about that, as I will get it right for the next headline. Richard Sherman put on injured reserve, shifts focus to coaching his butt off for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they placed Sherman on the injured reserve. This is the second time he's been there, so he will not return per league rules. However, he remains with the team throughout the postseason, continuing to assist the defensive backs who have largely benefited from his presence since joining the team in week 4, with several of them affectionately calling him Coach Sherm.
But didn't they get Shaq Barrett back? I think they put Sherm on there, but I think they got Barrett back.
Turn out the lights, the party's over.
Barrett's is a perfect time for him to come back because really, Tom wasn't in the the defense won. That defense had a huge part in them winning the Super Bowl because New Orleans game, Tom threw some picks. Green Bay game, Tom threw some picks. And then in the Super Bowl, the defense made Patrick Mahomes run 400 yards backwards.
The defense played a huge role.
So,
Shaq Barrett did too.
Yeah, so they need this defense to be clicking on all cylinders. That's why they won the Super Bowl. Not taking anything away from the greatness that is Tom Brady, but the defense played a huge role last season. So good that Shaq's coming back.
Yeah, but Richard Sherman, his career's done.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. Coach, nothing wrong with that.
I wonder, maybe he's got it in him, the coach.
I think so. Stanford guy.
Yeah, he's
had a good career.
He's had an excellent career, but sometimes when you're really good at something, it's hard to coach it.
Yes. Ask Magic Johnson.
Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of great players who just couldn't translate it onto the
coach. Yeah.
But Richard Sherman, above and beyond that's got a bit of an edge to him.
Yes, he does.
He'd be a difficult guy to play for.
Yeah, this guy allegedly was screaming at Russell Wilson freaking sucks at practice. Like,
ask a Crabtree, man. Crabtree never did recover.
Oh, that's right.
Never.
He was never the same after that, right?
He ended him. He ended him with words.
And Crabtree was good.
Moving on.
That was weird.
I forgot
about that. Great point.
GM Andrew Barry says Cleveland Browns fully expect Baker Mayfield to be their starting quarterback and rebound in 2022.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, finally
I'm with that.
Some intelligent, well thought ideas coming out of Cleveland. Yeah, you got to give him the two. He gave you everything he had. And now the question is, does he have enough? But he gave you everything he got. He was just so hurt. It's hard to judge him, but give him another year. I think at the end of the day, though, both parties will be better served if they separate.
You think he needs a change of scenery?
The
fan base is turned on.
Well, yeah, and that's going to be the primary reason. But they'll jump back on the bandwagon if he's successful. But I just don't think it's ever going to happen. This is a good step, though. At least there's some continuity, and that he has not had that.
Agreed.
But he was backed into a corner and made the wrong decisions, I think, at every turn.
And then you're in the division with Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson.
There's going to be
so it makes you look worse than you really are.
Absolutely.
The truth is, if you get rid of Baker Mayfield, are you going to get a mediocre to above average quarterback? Because that's kind of what Baker Mayfield shifts between. And that's, what the 15th best quarterback in the league is.
The problem with Baker Mayfield is he goes as Chubb goes, and Chubb is injury prone.
Mm-hmm. Well said. I agree with that. And the fact of the matter is, he's gonna end up getting overpaid. He should never get Dak money.
No,
but
no.
I know that I'm watching. I hate to fall back on this again, but Gardner Minshew showed me so much last week.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was,
whatever.
You put him in that Cleveland offense. I think a healthy Gardner Minshew versus an injured Baker. I think there's in a different place. So I think Cleveland feels the same way. He gets another year to prove it, but I think at the end of the day, they're going to end up separating.
Hey, Dak played 1 year under franchise.
Yeah.
Baker can too.
Kirk Cousins will ride off into the sunset and made a lot of money doing that.
If
so it's
those
not the
guys
worst
can,
case.
Baker can.
Yeah, Baker can get paid this year, so it's not worst case, but I'm just not sure it's going to work out in the long run.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Before we head to break, for those of you our early birds, those that are watching us on our variety of streams, and for those that are, thank you. Rudy, I had not noticed till right now. Those are some nice cans.
Oh,
we have upgraded the materials.
Yeah,
Was that a Christmas gift?
Yeah, my wife got me these Sony. I showed her my other ones and she was embarrassed. Like when you're married, I represent her.
Oh, yes.
So when I showed her my headphones, she was like, really, babe? Like, that's how you showed up to your brand new job. You showed up with those. I was like, hey, I'm like, it's radio. Like, they're not. You're like, no, that's terrible.
Can you tell a difference in the quality?
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah. But those were Bose. They were good.
They were good.
They were just done.
They'd seen better days.
Yeah, they were just done. Like, those gray sweatpants I had to throw away. You know what I mean? Those headphones look like they've been washed 100 times.
Well, congratulations to you.
Yeah, man. I like the sound. Nice and snug. Sony makes good stuff, so I'm digging it. They're wireless. I can take the Bluetooth.
Put them on the airline, and
sweet. I didn't notice the new headphones.
Yeah, just now, I looked over, thought that's new.
Yeah, man, I got me some new cans, man. Appreciate wifey. Appreciate you, baby.
There was a time we could write these off.
We can't. This isn't the write-off. I'm gonna tell my CPA.
You'll need more for it to. Be
Oh,
worth it. There was a time when it didn't matter, that it was truly part and parcel of
where
what
you just write off everything,
so you could go get, you could spend some money.
Right. Now
Not
there's a whole lot of different laws.
Not anymore.
Yeah, they only protect the billionaires.
Hey, coming back, let's do some shoot around.
Let's do it.
The Carolina team's going to join us. The Rockets are in town. We get to see Jalen Green, which is always a pleasure. Maybe we'll see some Christian Wood as well. Spurs will talk about their health and figure out what they're going to do to beat the Rockets, which we do expect. Carolina will join us next. And while we had an excellent football game on Monday night, not very many people watched, at least according to what have been in the past. We'll talk ratings for our national championship game on Monday nights. Coming back, we're talking basketball. Spurs next here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Tri-County Meat Market's waiting on you this week. It's going to be beautiful weather, it looks like. Sun's going to be out. Go stand over a grill and grill the finest meats in all of San Antonio. Two great locations for Tri-County. I want you to head over to Huebner. It's on Huebner Road. It is to the east of Huebner, of I-10. Take a ride on I-10 if you're heading out. Headed toward Kerrville, and it's a couple miles down. You can keep staying on I-10, exit on Ralph Fair, follow that out to their beautiful location out there in the Hill Country, both of them offering freshly cut high-end meats, prime, Wagyu, all the stuff you're looking for, locally sourced, of course, they've got it. And when you're dealing with meat purveyors, the likes of Tri-County, of course, they're making house-made sausage. That will curl your toes. It is so good. The great thing about going to a meat provider like Tri-County is, of course, the neat service that you get. So many of us, we had a good discussion yesterday here on R&R about cooking. And it's a difficult thing to step into and become a griller. Well, when you have great advice and you get the great kind of meat, boy, half the battle is fought. Great meals start with great meat, and it's really hard to screw things up. And you owe it to yourself to eat the very best in these days. As if you're going to do it with the very best. I want you to head over to Tri-County Meat Market, and if you're a first responder, before you even walk in the door, you're going to get 10% off. Utilize their frequent shopper program. All kinds of great deals. Get on their email program as well. Know those specials before you walk in. head over to Tri-County Meat Market. It is a true blessing to have them around San Antonio. True gems. Get to know the great staff. Get yourself some great meat. Start grilling. And when you do, upload a picture of what you're doing, and you might have $50 in your hand to spend at Tri-County, because Grilling with the Blitz goes on every Thursday. Best looking product, best looking meat, well, they get a $50 gift card. Tri-County Meat Markets, both locations are waiting on you. Head over to there today, grill something special, upload a picture, and I'll thank you later.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
A basketball edition of the Red River Showdown took place in Austin last night as the 21st ranked Texas Longhorns defeated the Oklahoma Sooners 66-52. The Longhorns are now 3-1 in Big 12 play. Also happening in Big 12 play last night, the 19th ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders upset the number 1 team in the country, Baylor Bears, 65-62, giving the Bears their first loss of the season. In the NBA tonight, the San Antonio Spurs return home for their first game at the AT&T Center of 2022 to take on the Houston Rockets. Tip-off is at 7:30, and this is the start of a 7-game homestand for the Silver and Black. And in Cowboys news, starting corner Anthony Brown has cleared the COVID list and is expected to play Sunday in the wild card round versus the 49ers. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
Deep breaths.
Mai's virtual meditation studio has never been busier.
Imagine not working.
They need a remote assistant to realign their scheduling.
Blank calendar. Sorry, back to your breath.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Make calls, schedule virtual interviews, and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. We can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
A new year comes with new excitement, new ambitions, new milestones. Is this the year you pop the question, have a child? Celebrate a major anniversary. At Diamonds Direct, we're here for you, now more than ever. With our vast selection of exquisite hand-picked diamonds, our world-renowned designer jewelry collections, our industry-leading warranties and guarantees, and our people. People with a passion for helping you mark any occasion with something that's both meaningful and timeless. And our commitment to providing exceptional value is stronger than ever in the new year. Whether you're just starting out on a tight budget or whether you're splurging on that 30th anniversary gift, Diamonds Direct will make sure you get the price that you expect from America's premier direct diamond importer. Welcome to a new year and welcome to Diamonds Direct, where extreme value combines with the ultimate luxury shopping experience to create that truly magical moment for the milestones in your life. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the shops at La Conterre.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmett's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Start now with a free consultation at QC Kinetics. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Call today. 571-0318.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo. And Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a lounge singer to be their office receptionist.
Hello, this is Mickey Marquis, and you've reached the office of Doug & Associates. Thank you very much. Catch me Tuesday nights at the Hotel Johnson. Hello?
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
Doug & Associates, this is Mickey Marquis. Hello?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM. R&R gets you ready for tonight's game. The shoot-around.
Welcome on to R&R. He's Rudy, I'm Rob. Karl Schoenig driving the boat till 10. You know,
what happened?
Great teams react. They counterpunch.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the face.
I love when Mike Tyson said that. I was like, damn, you know what? You're right, Mike.
So the 8 o'clock hour is one of those.
Well, when what happened to us on Friday, that was we took a haymaker Friday, and we came up,
just kept coming forward like George
That's all you
Foreman.
can do. You can't have no doubt. You know, what is it? Black? What is it? Dark air? What do you call it in radio when there's no sound?
Oh,
we go black. We went dark. Whatever. You know, I don't know what the hell.
Dead air.
Dead air. There you go.
That's one thing we don't have. The Spurs are hosting the Houston Rockets as they return from what was, by the numbers, a remarkably unsuccessful road trip. I mean, they got nailed in a couple of different ways. They did steal a win in Boston, which the best team they played, they beat.
Right.
But they lost to the worst team they played in the Detroit Pistons, and they fought well against the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know whether we call while the record was 1-4 or 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
I almost view it as a successful road trip because we're now down at the end of the roster. Got a good dose of Josh Primo, a couple of games where he played.
That was the bright side.
Lonnie had a good little run there as well. We know exactly who we are both with DeJounte and without we ain't good.
No, not at all.
And they come home taking on a Houston Rocket team. We are joined by Carolina Teague. Our insider shoot-around begins officially when Carolina's here. Good morning, Carolina.
Hey, guys. Good morning. How are you?
We're lovely. We're lovely. Happy hump day to everybody. Now, we'll start this up. James Pledger, fine producer. He listens on YouTube. And we call this game for the Spurs like this is, hey, we can get off the mat.
Mm-hmm.
The Rockets are a slump busting type team, but Pledger, being the Spur hater he is, said, now, wait a minute. The Spurs are a slump buster also. Mm-hmm. Is that fair?
No, Pledger's wrong.
I agree with Carolina. Not fair.
I think the Houston Rockets are definitely going to lose this game. And if they do not lose this game, then that's a huge problem for the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs have to win tonight's game, and it's at home. There's no way they can lose this game. The Rockets have lost the last 11 of their 12 games.
Wow.
There's no way that they're going to defeat. I mean, I just can't see the right route. Plus, the Rockets, they have their own little issues. It seems like, if you think the Spurs have issues, the Rockets have issues as well. They're last in the league in defense. They have a 114.1 defensive rating.
Ooh, damn.
They're also a young team as well. So, they have the same issues that the San Antonio Spurs have. They're a young team still trying to find their identity, and they can't seem to find their identity. And then they have issues with the team as well. Kevin Porter Jr., he lost his temper after arguing with assistant coach John Lucas in the last game, took off in the second half, and Christian Woods had to be disciplined as well recently, and they kept him off the game. So they have their own discipline issues. So it's not even just, rotations and being a young team. They have disciplinary issues as well. The Rockets are the bottom of the barrel in the West.
But with all that said, the Spurs only have 4 more wins than them.
Okay, so what?
Are we getting anybody back from COVID? Is anybody?
Well, we're hoping.
Okay,
we're hoping as we as we come home. Now, a couple things. The Spurs are not a slump buster for one primary reason. They will beat you. I mean, if
they
you're
beat the Bucks, they beat Golden State, they beat the Lakers.
We
that's
beat
true.
Boston twice.
True.
So bad teams, we play to the level of our competition, but I don't think anybody looks at the Spurs when they're on a slump.
Be like, yo, I'm going to go beat them.
Because it's still Greg Popovich, and he can beat you with his guys and your guys.
Good point, Rob.
So I don't think we're viewed as a slump buster, though that 4-game separation is obviously some concern because at the end of the day, you're measured by wins and losses, and this is a young team. I think, Carolina, the difference is the Houston Rockets, it is a young team. Truly, these are kids running around on this team. And the Spurs at least have a mix of some guys with some NBA experience. And even our young guys, DeJounte's a full-on.
DeJounte's
we can
a vet.
no longer
He's a
look at
vet.
him as a young guy.
Yeah, he's a vet.
He's a full-on NBA player. They've been around, done it all. But the Rockets don't have that. So we have to look at our young guys with the middle. And we have to be very careful as we chase these team tank and get more draft picks. You can turn into the Rockets really easily and have a lot of young talent and nothing to show for it.
So, I wanted to interject because you asked about injuries. Spurs released the injury report last night. Collins remains out with his left ankle sprain. Keldon, Trey Jones, Doug McDermott, Devin Vassell, Derek White all out. So the name not on that list from health and safety protocols is Thad, and Jock Landale's been upgraded to probable.
That.
Now, having Jock Landale back in would be a great addition. I think Jock Landale's been playing a great job off the bench, and I think he would be great if he were to come and play tonight, especially since they're experimenting with the youth for the Houston Rockets. It'd be a great time to give him some more minutes and experiment with him as well. I have a question for you guys, though. Somebody told me this, and I want to get your thoughts. The Spurs lose to crappy teams, but they get close to or they beat great teams. Like you look at the example with the Jazz and the Nets. Do you think that today they're going to have a tough time against the Rockets because of that reason?
Yeah.
It's
a logical concern.
They struggle against young teams that get up and down, which is why Detroit got them. The Knicks got them. But yeah, I think we lost your sound a little bit there, Carolina. But
no, she's good. I got it.
Oh, okay. I don't hear.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
We're looking at our starting lineup: DeJounte, Lonnie, Bryn Forbes, Keita Bates-Diop, Jakob Poeltl. As we're looking right now, I'm starting to worry a bit about this Collins return. At some point, weren't we told this was already supposed to have happened?
Pop addressed that last week, and Tom Osborne tweeted out the quote with something along the lines of, because COVID protocols, he hasn't actually gotten the opportunity to condition in basketball situations.
Oh, okay.
So it's pushed it back a little bit.
Okay. That is a vague response.
Yes. It doesn't really tell us
The rest of the team has been able to have some basketball situations.
The Austin Spurs still have not started up. So if he were to go on like a rehab assignment to Austin, I think their next game might be MLK Day, if I'm not mistaken.
Which is Monday.
Yes.
This isn't a surprise. There is a problem. I don't know if it's a significant problem, but we're a month late now.
Right.
He missed all of last year, with this injury.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I mean, but the understanding was when he was signed over the summer was we expect him back late December.
Yeah, what are we at? January?
We're early
12th?
in January, but if he hasn't even begun his workouts, it'll be February before we see this guy. It'll be 3 more weeks.
Yeah, they always handle things with
and that's
gloves.
best case as we sit right now.
Yeah. Speaking of Jock Landale, did y'all see he proposed over the weekend?
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
to
I saw
him.
Jock got down on bended knee. I mean, it's always weird to get married soon as you get in the NBA.
Well, you're getting paid. You got to strike while the iron's hot, man. He's got some money in his pocket.
If I'm not mistaken, they're business partners. India might be his agent as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I saw that on
Tell Jock to call me. Tell Jock to call me. Tell that man, Karl, do you have any relationship with Landale? Tell him to call me.
She got him into the NBA.
Hey, man, Jock needs to call me.
Oh.
Jock needs to call me, man.
He did say that, first of all, it was after his inbound pass, so he kind of made a little inbound pass joke about that. I don't know if you guys remember his inbound pass.
What do you mean, we remember?
You'll never do another one.
The worst pass, the worst pass ever in Spurs history.
It was a handoff. The other guy just take it.
It was the worst pass in Spurs history. Of course we remember.
he tied a little joke in that with his proposal. It was really cute. And he said the Spurs photographers helped him pick the location. I feel like he did a good job with his proposal. Some men's proposals, they suck.
Can I tell you something, Carolina? Can I tell you and the other women of the world something? Men don't like to be referred to as cute. We don't like to do cute things. We do manly things. I'm handsome. I'm not cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like, don't say no. That's not. We're men. We don't like, oh, his proposal was cute. No, his proposal was dope. His proposal was fly. It was sexy. It was anything but cute. Don't refer to anything with a man as cute. You make him sound like a 10th grader.
So I was going to say, what's the transition? When did we stop being cute?
We're not cute, man. We stopped being cute after high school.
So you don't feel like, okay,
No.
so first of all, Mace says in his songs that he's cute all the time.
I don't
and
care.
He's a man too. Okay, so
No.
some men do like being
No,
called
they
cute.
don't.
Like,
I'm pretty sure no man likes being
Karl,
called
will
cute.
you rather be called cute or handsome?
I guess I've never been faced with the situation. It depends on what happened.
I'll take any compliment you got.
Right?
So if you call me cute,
I'm
I'll
not
take
opposed
it.
to it.
You call me handsome.
Just
not
call
cute.
me. I don't care what you call me. Just call me.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, like if you exactly.
Because if you're saying cute, you really don't. That means you're really not feeling me. You're just trying to be nice.
That's not true.
Yeah,
that's
it
like
is.
me, like say no. That's like say like if I were to say Jock Landale's proposal was whack, then
No,
yeah,
you don't say it's whack. You
offended.
just say it was really nice, but it wasn't cute. Cute is like when I show
what
up.
did he do?
Cute is when I show up in a limo and I get out and I give you some flowers and they're like, "Hi, Mom, this is Derek." You know, that's cute.
What did Landale do that we're
I don't
talking
know what
about?
he did. I didn't see the proposal. How did he do it?
I saw it had a nice backdrop, like it was over a lake, I think, or some
Yeah.
kind of like nice scenery.
Was it in San Antonio?
Sunset. I think it was in San Antonio. Well, Carolina was the one who said that they asked San Antonio photographers, right?
Yeah, they asked the San Antonio photographers for a location, and so obviously he got a lot of help because I know a regular man wouldn't be able to pick that type of background. Just being honest.
Well, Rudy, where did you get engaged? How did you do
Ooh,
it?
you know what? I owe my wife another proposal. My proposal was trash. It's a long story. I can't really get into it.
Oh, we're gonna have to get into it.
No, I can't do it. We don't have enough time for all that. But my proposal was bad. I owe my wife. Like, I don't know. At some point, I'm gonna have to. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but at some point, I gotta ask my wife to marry me again in a sexy way, not cute. But my proposal.
Try.
My proposal was trash.
Or you didn't? You just.
Now I cried when she came down the aisle like a baby.
No, not cry. Try. Was
Try.
there an attempt that
It
failed,
just
or you
wasn't
just went
good.
like,
It just wasn't good.
Hey, you wanna?
And then it's like we always see these really cool ones, and she just kind of looks at me like, "Yeah, yours was crap."
Luckily, I came up in the era where all you really had to do is find a knee.
If you got
get
a
down
knee-
on your knee, that was really just do it. There was no. I didn't know anybody who had any kind of like. I'd never heard of nor seen a promposal. You know that where
Yeah,
things
where it's
are
like
spelled out, and that wasn't.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing.
expected.
Now you have to go.
Now
all
you got to
out.
go out. I when I got engaged, I had been planning it all day, and I was flying up to see her. That she was living in Dallas.
In Dallas, okay.
And then I flew up to see her
Mhm.
and had the ring and had gone out with my friends. Everybody knew it was happening. I had talked to her dad and everything. Everybody knew, and we were going to pick up and we were going to go to a restaurant. Well, I was so nervous I could barely even speak. And it was I had worked all day. It was like a Friday, and I leave early and have a meal, and I'm getting on the airplane, and somehow I think the guy that I was with, this is back before 9/11, told the Southwest, and it was Southwest, that I was getting married, so they popped champagne. So I drank champagne on the plane. They're like, he's
Nice.
heading up. So I get off, and we're heading straight to. I'm so nervous I can barely speak. So I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get through the meal here. I'm like, I'm honestly.
You wanted to propose before you ate?
Kelly, my wife kept looking at me like, "What's wrong with you, man?" I mean, I'm sweating, and I've already had a little bit of alcohol, just enough to where I know I'm a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
And I want to do this right, so I just get out of the car and I go around. Before we're like in the parking lot, and she's just getting out of the car, and she turns the corner. I'm on one knee, like by the trunk, like I got to get this over with right now.
That's awesome, though.
I feel like yeah, those are cute.
See-
Here I go with the word cute again. Those are cute proposals. I just think like you guys are too hard on yourself and just saying like my proposal was trash. I think a lot of girls in this era these days, they're just happy to be proposed to. A lot of men, they don't want to commit these days.
Oh, here
They don't
she
even
go.
want to ask people to marry. So just even if you do something small and simple, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just being honest. And I find it weird. A lot of men in the comments right now, they don't like the word cute, and this is my first time ever hearing that.
Oh no, we don't like cute.
See, now you know. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you out.
Oh, that's
so stop telling your man he's cute. Like, oh, babe, that was so cute. Don't do that.
He's sexy.
Okay, you see, that's all right.
Sexy.
Okay, got it.
When my son was in high school, and it was his first prom, and he was doing this promposal, and he got like, who you going to ask? He was about this girl, and he goes, "Oh, and I need to go buy like 1,000 paper cups." What are you talking about? And no, I need to go get those sleeves of cups. What? I don't. Well, I'm going to ask her to the prom, and I just couldn't put two and like, what are you talking about? Why would you? And he was going to spell it out on the gym, and I kept thinking, why are you doing this? I don't like what exactly is going on here that you like. Is this like a challenge? No, it's how you ask girls to the prom now. Like,
and did he do it?
Oh yeah, the whole spelled it out on the whole thing. It took him hours to do all this.
Wow.
For us, it was. I didn't have the nuts to. I mean, it was so scary to just like get on the phone or go find. Maybe it's easier to do it this way. This fabulous kind of thing, and you just kind of
do a big blowout.
Instead of
put it on social media. The whole
some
thing.
Girl, when you got that little fuzzy mustache that you haven't shaved, and you want to go to the prom with me? Maybe it's easier to do the whole spell out thing. But
probably is.
I literally could not understand until I saw a picture of what he was going to do. Like, you're going to do what?
And did you throw those cups away? It just went. That's it. They're gone. I mean, they're on the floor.
Man, I don't question why.
Me neither.
I mean, I'm like, the whole thing was just foreign to me. And this was what, 2012? I had never heard of such thing.
Was this Jack or this is
this was Jack Miles?
Okay.
I had never heard of anything.
They're getting more crazy with the proposals too.
Yeah.
Like more insane every single year. Like I've seen them, do fireworks in the air, things like that.
Damn.
I mean, when I compare my proposal to those major proposals, I feel like, man, you could have did a better job.
That wasn't cute.
Like you could have done it, but now I don't. Yeah, that's not cute that you're doing that exactly. No, but I feel like I compare my proposal, but we as women, we shouldn't compare. We should just be happy with the proposal, period. I mean, that's
because it's not about your proposal or how cool your wedding is. It's about staying
all about
together.
The size of the ring.
Yeah,
let's not kid ourselves.
I did okay with the ring.
Carolina got that one. If it's not about anything but the Rock.
What's up, Karl?
If I may fact check myself here, the article that I read 5 months ago said that Jock and India got on a call with the agent, and I misread it as they got on a call saying they were going. So they are not agent. Yes.
Thank God.
That's also in the marriage manual that you receive as a groom right before you walk down the aisle. We pass it along. You do not want to have husband and wife not only married, but financially working together. That
not the age.
You have to have a solid foundation.
Because if things go bad, it's like, you know what? He smokes on Tuesdays and he does this and that. No, you don't want that.
You don't want an Evander Kane situation to spark fire.
But
exactly.
Anyway.
Carolina, thanks for the warm-up. We are looking forward to tonight. We really do, as Spurs fans, need this win tonight. Let's hope this is a slump buster. They get themselves on the right as they close out January at home. It's an opportunity to make some hay.
What you got?
Thank you, Rob. I do want to say if the Rockets win tonight, then me and you were right with our original prediction 7 or 8 games ago.
Oh, that's right.
That the Spurs will win the Celtics and the Rockets. So I'm keeping an eye on our tracker of our predictions. So if you guys ever want to bet some money, then you got to look at me and Rob because we called it. If the Rockets win tonight, that's all I want to say. All right, bye guys.
Bye, Carolina.
Good job, CT.
Checks in all the time for our shoot around. She's gonna be at the game tonight. We'll get a retort.
When's the next game after this one? When is she gonna be back?
Into work on Friday, I believe.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday versus the Clippers, if I'm not mistaken.
The Kawhi-less Clippers are coming to town. Well, we put it off long enough. We come back. Let's look at head coaching availability. What's the best gig you can get? We'll do that just after the top of the hour. But we all were excited about the college football championship that we saw on Monday night, but it was only on cable. Maybe that was the reason, but only one other national championship game in the modern era has had a smaller viewing audience.
Wow.
We'll look at the numbers coming up next here on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star on ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
If you're currently listening to San Antonio Sports Star ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM, on February 1st, you'll need to retune your radio to 1250 AM and 103.3 FM. Same great programming, stronger signal, we think. Probably not.
Carzeus.com. That's CarZeus.com. It is the best option for you if you're trying to sell your vehicle privately. You go to Carzeus.com, upload the photos of your vehicle, let them know about the condition of your car. Someone will text you. They'll text you an offer to that vehicle. Then you set your appointment. That appointment is at 11 a.m. You will be out of there by 12 p.m., possibly with the check in hand if you like the offer. If you don't like the offer, they're not going to hassle you. They're not going to be harassing you. You have 5 days and 500 miles, though, and that offer could change. Also, another great thing about Carzeus, if you owe money, don't be scared if you owe money on your car. They've helped a lot of people out of financial crunches. Around 60% of their business is done with people that owe money on the vehicle. So it's also San Antonio born and raised. It's no corporate red tape. This isn't a commission paid job. Everybody is there to help you. When it's your appointment, it's all about you. So go and check them out. Go to Carzeus.com. Carzeus.com. That's CarZeus.com.
This whole wall needs to be shelving, too. This is a focal point in our restaurant.
Leilani's new restaurant will have the largest wine cellar in the city. She needs a robust sommelier with notes of procurement manager.
3 sections for France. I mean, this is the biggest.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This whole wall needs to be shelving, too. This is a focal point in our restaurant.
Leilani's new restaurant will have the largest wine cellar in the city. She needs a robust sommelier with notes of procurement manager.
3 sections for France. I mean, this is the biggest.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Is your bathroom looking old and worn out? Want to update it, but you don't know where to start? Then let BCI Bath & Shower show you how to turn that old bath into an aisle of beauty and functionality. Our residential bathroom solutions provide the best value on the market, and our customer service is second to none. Our cost-effective BCI Bath & Shower family of products has what you need.
Remodeling our bathroom was a big decision for us.
They didn't make a mess out of our house at all. And at the end of the day, we had a beautiful new bathroom. And it was a great experience the whole way through.
We have the best monthly payment programs in the industry, with payments as low as $68 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months. That's right. Get the bathroom of your dreams now and pay for it in 2021. Call 1-800-779-4178 for a free no-obligation price quote. That's 1-800-779-4178. When you want quality bathroom products at a great price, it's got to be BCI Bath & Shower. That's 1-800-779-4178.
Pride.
Hey, listen up.
Tradition.
Let's keep it going.
Football.
Let's
The NFL playoff picture is coming together. Hear it unfold on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, this is Jason Fitz, and you're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Welcome back to R&R. You're on San Antonio Sports Star. We're running those promos. Yeah. Just a couple of weeks, 94.5 FM, that little candle is going to turn into a brilliant spotlight. We're up in our wattage. We're getting a bigger stick. We will broadcast in full-on FM stereo all around the great 210 coming up. When you add the likes of a Rudy J and a Karl Schoenig and a Joe Reinagle and a Michael Jimenez, you need more wattage, more amplitude, and we will have that. We're excited about this.
Where are we going?
We're going to 103.3.
We'll be 103.3.
1250 and 103.3 is where we will be in just a couple of weeks. So we'll warn you that the promos are coming, but be prepared, all you FM types. And I recommend now more than ever, FM, we just sound taller. I sound thinner.
I sound a little bit taller. I'm normally 5'9". I sound about 5'11" in FM.
So we're excited that's coming. So just one of the other many changes, many upgrades that we have going on around here.
Sports Star is a problem. We're here. We're gonna have to deal with it. You have to deal with like the Memphis Grizzlies. You know what I mean? Like they're here, you're gonna have to deal with them.
Michael Jimenez might not ever live down. I believe it was last.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking to DeJounte Murray and John Morant.
Pledge been killing him about that.
I think it should continue, especially after we saw what Memphis did last night to the newly Klay Thompson Golden State Warriors. On Monday night, 22.6 million people of like mind gather around the fireplace, the modern fireplace that is the television sets around the country. That's a lot of people to watch, and by cable standards, it's the let's see here. The game was the most watched event on cable since LSU's win over Clemson in 2019, and is the most viewed non-NFL sporting event on any network in the last 2 years. But because it was not on broadcast TV, they lost some viewers. 22.6 million viewers across the ESPN platforms the networks announced. That's the second lowest since the beginning of the college football playoff era, dating back to 2014. The viewership was up from a record low of 18.7 viewers from the Alabama-Ohio State game last year. So it is up, and it is cable. So ESPN's happy. They're drawing numbers the likes which they paid
ESPN?
for.
You people are weird.
But it was not on the over-the channel.
So
and if you did not have ESPN Plus, they lost you.
So for cable, it was good, but like for the broad spectrum,
For the sum
it was
total,
down.
yeah, it wasn't. If you were terrestrial, if you just had an antenna outside your house, you couldn't watch it.
But you got some people that really just boycotted cable, not because they don't like ESPN, but it's just like, dude, y'all are just. I'm not going to give you $200. I'm not giving you $200 anymore. You know what I mean?
And I'm awfully close to it.
You're almost there, Rob.
Well, I've reached. You start considering it, and then you just like, I'm streaming. So you buy every possible streaming thing, and before you know it, you got so much streaming, you have so much cable going. I can't make heads or tails. I feel like I need to go cancel everything. Because I feel like I'm getting like the ESPN products in like 3 different places, and I'm paying for it 3 different ways, like through Disney Plus, through ESPN Plus, and through something else. And it's gotten to the point where I don't know what cable to cut.
So let's go down to, do you have Paramount?
I do.
Peacock?
Yes.
HBO Max?
Yes.
Showtime?
No.
Disney Plus?
Yes.
Apple?
Yes.
Netflix?
Yes.
Hulu?
Yes.
Rob, you're rich. Dude, you're rich.
You have ESPN Plus?
Yes.
All right. But Hulu, Disney, and ESPN are all bundled.
Yeah, they're bundled, but I think I'm paying for ESPN Plus and the bundle, and then I've got
he has
Dish.
He has 9 streaming services, Karl. How many you have, Karl, of those that I named?
HBO comes with my phone account. My girlfriend has Netflix. I have Disney, ESPN, and Hulu. We also use Apple TV.
You have Paramount?
No. I don't have Peacock either, but I might have to get it for the new.
I think I need. I'm hearing so many good things about Peacock. I feel like I need it.
With the Olympics just around the corner.
Is that what it's going to be on?
Yeah, NBC's got the Olympics deal. That's going to be a great avenue. And while I'm a fan of the Summer Olympics, I am a viewer of the Winter Olympics. Dude, I was watching figure skating over the weekend.
You got to get that curling in.
I'm down for the Winter Olympics. And it's funny, this year we'll have the Super Bowl and the Winter Olympics going on at the same time.
There's a few Winter Olympic sports that I like.
Oh, the luge.
I like the
skeleton, where you go face first.
Those dudes are crazy.
I'm in, man. I'm excited about having the Olympics just around the corner.
Well, it's gonna be mirrored in dark cloud weirdness because
it's gonna
get weird.
But as long as it just kind of everybody has their political moment, and and
then we get it over with.
And then we just get it out of the way and let's go compete.
Okay.
Let's hope that's the occurrence.
Trust me, the big bosses are saying that. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. They're telling whoever it is that's running the broadcast, you get your 1 minute when we open, and then we're talking about these events.
And let's move on.
That's it.
And there's a place and time for all of this.
Right.
And I certainly understand the need and the desire to do this.
Sure.
But at some point, you just got to take the gloves off and go and try to compete as human beings. And the Olympics are for that.
Right.
That's the end of the day. You put everything aside and you just go compete. And let's hope we can get that done. Hey, coming back in the 9 o'clock, we're going to talk some injuries, though. Dr. Garrett won't be in. You know where Dr. Garrett is?
Miami?
Yes.
That's right, because I remember he had the big event.
He's at Airrosti and Dr. Garrett are the primary healthcare providers for the CrossFit games across the country, and he is there taking care of them. We'll talk some injuries we really haven't done a whole lot of Dallas Cowboy talk, and we owe you that as they get ready to take on the San Francisco 49ers. We'll dive deep into the numbers, look at what San Francisco can and might do with a guy named Deebo Samuel.
Woo!
Talk about a problem.
Hide your chain. Deebo is coming.
Deebo's coming.
To Cowboy fan like, so is Amari.
And
so is CD.
Wait till you hear the ticket prices.
Dude.
It will curl your hair. Hold on tight. So much coming your direction. It's R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. You know, all week long, our operations manager, a good guy, Greg Martin, has gotten into the IFF family. He is now a proud weight loss member with Dr. Jacob Torres, the Institute for Functional Health. And he went through his first week on the program, and I always say it's not the easiest thing I've ever done. It is literally the best thing I've done for myself, my health, and my family. I have comfort now knowing that I'm healthier than I was just a couple of years ago. I adjusted my attitude to food. I love food. I talk about grilling. I eat food. I am a foodie, but I now understand the value of the right kind of food at the right time. I understand the benefits to watching your diet, to the weight loss, because I'm living it. I'm feeling it. And it's funny how things go. When you go speak with Dr. Torres, he tells you straight exactly that all of these years of poor decisions have paid a toll on your body. You're probably not feeling like you used to. You're probably not sleeping well because you're carrying so much weight, you're snoring. Your joints, your knees, your ankles, your hips, your lower back probably sore all the time. And then there's just that brain fog of you never quite get enough sleep. And you never have the energy to do anything other than go grab that bag of potato chips and some kind of highly sugared cola and sitting down and doing what you always did. And that will end your life. It will. So if you decide to make that decision, if you have resolved to live a healthier life, I want you to call Dr. Torres and the Institute for Functional Health and find out how quickly and how sustainably you can lose weight. Don't get on a yo-yo diet. Don't think of those online or books, those off-the-rack, made for everybody but not for you kind of diets as a way to fix things. Yeah, you might lose a few pounds, but that yo-yo effect, those pounds come back and then some. Get on a program that is based in your medical history, in your science, in who you are. Then you see the benefits of not a diet, but a lifestyle change. You'll get a coach. You'll get a mentor in Dr. Torres. You'll get a great staff that is there for you. The Institute for Functional Health. Everybody's different. You're not like anyone else. Why take an off-the-rack chance on a diet that might have helped for a little while but won't help you in the long run? Call Dr. Torres today. Get on the program. You will see immediate changes and lifelong differences. 210-468-1891 is the number you need. Again, 210-468-1891. I'm excited for you to make the call. It'll change your life. Go to iffhealth.com. Lots of questions can be answered there, but you won't know until you call Dr. Torres and speak with him directly. Doesn't cost you anything, but you'll get the knowledge you need to make the right decision to join with Dr. Torres and lose some weight. 210-468-1891 is the number. Call it, dial it, and I know you'll thank me later.
Cowboys football is not a gentle game. Cowboys football is not soft. Cowboys football is war. Just don't use that helmet as a weapon. When you want total Cowboys football coverage, get it here on the home of the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Do you love your garage? Can you get your cars and the kids' bikes in? Jason Minnick's here for Garageization, your garage storage solution. With a variety of shelving, overhead racks, slat walls, and closed cabinet options, Garageization can make your garage functional for the entire family. Call 210-664-4494 and have them give you a free customized plan for your family's needs. For over a decade, Garageization has helped people love their garage. Learn more online at GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Gentlemen, now you can find the best brands and fits for you without even trying. Just follow these easy instructions. Step 1. Shop a personalized store that does all the work for you by customizing a selection for your taste and body. Step 2. Level up your closet with the best brands and fits with little to no effort. Not trying has never looked so good. Introducing Stitch Fix Freestyle, your personalized store. We're so you.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo, and auto security headquarters has discounts piled to the ceiling. That's right, every store, Austin and San Antonio, and especially the Bandera Road store in San Antonio has discounts on everything. Car stereos, car alarms, and especially the window tint you want. Dark, dark, dark window tint. Also, make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with new subwoofers and an amplifier. That's right. We can even hook it up to your existing factory car stereo. Get to Mother's Window Tint today. Check us out online at motherswindowtint.com or give us a like and a follow on Facebook. Tell your friends. Come on in. We've got those discounts stacked to the ceiling at Mother's Window Tint. Remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Welcome to Allstate, where we bring it all together. And bundling your home and auto is good, right? And it saves you up to 25%. It all comes together. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Bundled savings discounts will vary by state. Saving up to 25% is a countrywide average of savings off the home policy. Combining the multiple policy discount for having auto insurance with Allstate and the welcome discount savings at enrollment.
What are your 2022 business goals? Simplified IT? More security? Dell Technologies has the expertise to help you. From transforming your digital workspaces to providing comprehensive end-to-end IT solutions. Get high-performance computers featuring Windows 11 Pro with powerful hardware-based security and savings up to 45% during Dell's New Year event sale. Get special financing through Dell Financial Services. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Yes, Miss Tubbs. No problem. I'll call someone about the plumbing.
One of Beatrice's properties needs a new superintendent.
The custodial team is not
Someone with handyman superpowers and a concierge alter ego.
Does anyone know any good electricians near Parkville?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
In college football, Goodyear knows a new season means new possibilities, where every Saturday is an opportunity on the road to greatness. No matter if you're out there playing your hardest or cheering the loudest from the sidelines, tailgating in the parking lot, or your favorite spot to watch the game, Goodyear knows passion is what drives us forward all the way to the playoffs. That's the road that moves us. Goodyear, more driven.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. This is R&R in the morning. We're glad you're with us today. He's Rudy, I'm Rob.
Yes, sir.
NFL playoffs about to go full force. Dallas Cowboys. You can catch that game right here on the San Antonio Sports Star. We'll have an earlier game. We'll take you right in live for the Cowboys. You want all the pregame, head over to Jack. This is the first time that two franchises that have 5 Super Bowl wins will meet in the playoffs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the first thing you think of when I tell you Dallas is playing San Fran? What was the first thing that came to your mind when you saw that matchup? Very first.
It was the catch. The
Damn, you went negative.
I mean, there.
I feel you though.
In all honesty, there weren't a whole lot of good things that happened between the Cowboys and the 49ers. In my memory, anyway, 49ers normally came out on top. That was Joe Montana and Bill Walsh.
Yeah.
And Jerry Rice. I mean, that was one of the great teams of all time.
True. For sure.
This is going to be a very different matchup. And as you look forward to what the Cowboys can do, I think we lose sight of the fact that how talented offensively the 49ers are, because we get lost in the Garoppolo mess.
Yeah.
You forget that Deebo Samuel is one of the premier offensive weapons in all of football.
Things up. Yeah, go ahead.
We've talked about it more than once. The numbers he put up this year were ridiculous.
Yeah, and the reason I feel like it gets lost, Rob, is because, and this isn't me being, San Antonio homer guys, because the Cowboys offense is number one. So you can get lost in, like, you can forget that, San Fran isn't that bad offensively, but they rank 7th in the league in rushing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they rank 7th in the league in rushing. So they're averaging about $128. Kyle Shanahan, just like his dad, they've mastered the art of zone blocking in order to run the ball. So they're going to be able to run the ball no matter who the running back is. And we saw against Philly, Dallas, if there is a hole on their defense, it's probably in the run defense. And then, of course, with the other guy we didn't talk about Kittle.
No.
But again, the Dallas offense is so prolific. They have 3 wideouts that anybody would love to have, really 4 if you include Gallup. And then you have Zeke and Pollard, and you have Dak, and you have Zach Martin, and you have Tyron Smith. It's easy to not talk about San Fran's offense because Dallas offense is so good.
Joey Bosa.
Is it Joey or Nick? Nick.
I'm sorry, Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
15.5 sacks on the season. Finished 6th among NFL edge rushers. Got most of his sacks coming from the 9 technique, way, way outside.
And that's coming off an ACL.
Yes.
He had an ACL last year. So, yeah, San Fran, look, I fully expect a hard-fought game. Like, I don't think Dallas is going to just run over. I will take Dallas to win the game. But I do feel like it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a game that comes down to the last 2-3 minutes. I do.
It's an interesting issue that they're going to have to deal with defensively, because
as far as
Samuel's going to line up all over the field, they're going to use him to run. Kittle is because of the way they use Deebo. Kittle's basically an extension of the wide receiver core. He's not quite the blocking tight end that I think he's as good as some. He's probably right in there with the Dalton Schultz type. He can catch, but he ain't going to do a lot of blocking. So that kind of changes their offense a bit. But they've got skill at places where you have to account for them. These are touchdown guys.
Yeah, but with the thumb and with his history and with what he does, I'm going to show him 9-10 in the box and dare Garoppolo to beat us. I don't fear Jimmy Garoppolo. And I do feel like he will give Diggs, Brown, whoever else, Parsons, I do feel like he'll give them an opportunity or two to turn him over. Like, what y'all do best is run the ball and Deebo Samuels. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna always have a couple guys around Deebo, and I'm gonna load the box up and say, okay, Jimmy, show me if this thumb is really any better, and show me that you're that guy. Show me that you're that guy. Like, I don't believe in Jimmy Garoppolo. The pressure is on the Cowboys, Frank Valdez. Look, you damn Packer fan, go away. The Cowboys won't see you until the NFC Championship game. You see, Frank has been all in the comments all week long because he feels like they're about to win the Super Bowl. But I will remind Frank, they've been to the NFC title game to the last 2 years in a row and gone home.
Isn't Frank a Washington football team fan?
No, he's a Packer fan.
No, he's a Packer fan?
He's a Packer fan. Go, dude, y'all, you didn't win the last game of the year last year. Oh, I thought, he's not a Packer. Moore said, okay, well, whatever. Go away.
You wear yellow pants.
Yeah, he always talking noise about, is the pressure on the Cowboys? I thought you were a Packer fan. My bad, Frank. Maybe he is Washington football.
But still,
that's even worse.
There is a pressure on the Cowboys since this is their first playoff as a group with McCarthy and company, and they are heavily criticized. They're a leading story on SportsCenter like every day.
Well, we'll hear from Jerry in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's the Eagle fan in you.
Expectations are set. And I know the pressure is firmly on the Cowboys. Firmly on the Cowboys. Far more than the 49ers. 49ers got a bevy of excuses. Quarterback's hurt. We've been injured all year long. We still don't got a running back. We heard from Jerry on his weekly yesterday with the voice from the fan on 105.3, and we'll have some sound from him in here in a couple of minutes. Jerry threw the gauntlet down yesterday. The expectations are we will be continuing to play past Sunday afternoon. Now, I don't know what the ramifications of a loss are. I don't think that a job exit is imminent, but Jerry, in no uncertain terms, told us exactly what is expected this year. By what he
did he use that word? Did he say the SB?
Well, no,
did he say SB?
He didn't say Super Bowl.
He didn't say Super Bowl or bust.
But you are going to have to listen.
Okay.
He never went this far, even with the 13-3 Jason Garrett Cowboys, because this is a more talented team.
Yes, agreed. 100% agree. This is more talented. This is the most talented team they've had, I want to say, since Des caught it.
Yes. What was that, 14?
Somewhere around there.
14 or 15?
Was Des caught it team talented, though? They weren't as talented
champion team.
They weren't as talented on defense as this team, though.
No, but that was a Super Bowl champion caliber team.
Well, they go to NFC Championship if Des caught it.
Yeah.
That was the divisional round.
Right. I mean, but that team was capable of winning the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they would have, but they certainly had every attribute they needed to win. And
so this is the most talented team since that, then, right?
At least, easily. At more positions, they have more talent than they've had since the last time they were worried about the 49ers.
I don't even think even Troy had this wide receiver core.
No.
I mean, it was Michael and what was the other guy?
Alvin Harper. And while they were extraordinary, and while one of them was a Hall of Famer, they didn't have the quantity of skill that they had now.
And if I may point out, although it seems like Dak Prescott's contract is long-term, his full guarantee actually is pretty much only 2 years. So it was a clever move by Jerry to say, yeah, you're going to get a lot of money, but it's all in the signing bonus.
Well, it was clever, but I think the purpose behind that is, one, I don't think it was about a show me if things fall apart. It was a way for him to be in a situation where he could renegotiate to allow some of that money to come back to the team when they need it. As they try to keep some of these guys around here the next couple of years.
And the other problem that San Fran is going to run into that other teams have ran into is because you're paying so much attention to Zeke and Pollard, Amari and CD, you can't account for Schultz and Wilson. You just can't. Like, Schultz and Wilson are running free. And again, people like, well, Rudy, that was Philly. They weren't playing they weren't playing their starters. I can go to other games as well. Schultz, Wilson, Gallup, whatever the case may be, you have to pay too much attention to Amari, CD, Zeke, and Pollard to account for them. Like Schultz is, I've never in the game where he's caught a pass, I've never seen a defender within 5 yards.
He owns the middle between the hash marks. He's always wide open.
Like, I'm talking about wide open, Rob. Like they didn't even know he was on the field open. So
I'm glad you brought up
Schultz
go ahead for a second, because Dalton has had a hell of a year. And it's just because everybody else is covered. You're the last guy they worry about.
Right.
And he's had a great year. But one of the problems Dalton is not a very good blocking tight end.
When they need him to block, Dak normally gets sacked.
And so while we were excited about Dalton's season, he has caught the ball well. It went unheralded, but Blake Jarwin coming back off of IR is a huge thing for the Cowboys, because you want to talk about helping your run game, a blocking tight end. You want to talk about Zeke and Pollard having a little bit more to use. They finally going to have a tight end out there that can maybe hold a block a little bit longer than Schultz is capable of.
Do you play them both and run the risk of San Fran knowing, okay, Jarwin's in, they're probably running the ball? Do you play? What do you do?
Yes.
You got to play. You got to play the guy that blocks better.
Yes.
And if you know what I'm doing, you just know what I'm doing. I just got to execute.
I'm sure there's going to be some kind of trickeration in there, but at the end of the day, when you see Blake Jarwin in there, expect him to block. That's why we brought him back.
Right.
So but I do think that while we were worried, we talked so much about this, the running game and what was the problem, the offensive line. We never really got into the fact that that Dalton Schultz is a glorified wide receiver, just a big wide receiver who is capable of a chip, but not capable of holding a block and getting a hole.
No, absolutely not.
So I think that might play that huge role. But at the end of the day, Tyron's going to have a hell of a game. If Tyron doesn't have a good game
against Bosa,
then we got all kinds of problems. Because then you got to run in scared Dak. You got a blown up backfield most of the night.
Yes.
And that'll affect your run game. That'll be your pass game. Then it's going to fall in the reaction time, and the Kellen Moore effect will be seen. How are they going to adjust to a Bosa in the backfield?
True that.
All afternoon. Again, you can catch the Dallas Cowboys right here on San Antonio Sports Star. We got you at the kickoff right at 3:30. Always brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and E-Wall Kubota. That's a fine tractor right there. Let's get you caught up on all the headlines that you so desperately need on a Wednesday. It is the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Sportsbook lost millions of dollars across the board as Draymond Green had an early exit with a calf injury. At 7:31 p.m. Eastern Time, the Warriors' official public relations Twitter feed posted that Green would be on the court for tip-off, but would not participate in the remainder of the game due to a calf issue, as Klay Thompson was playing his first game since suffering an ACL injury in the 2019 finals. The game tipped off at 8:40. Green played for 7 seconds, committing a foul and leaving the game. He did not return and finished with 0 points, 0 rebounds, and 0 assists. As soon as the news broke of Green's plan, The Athletic also tweeted the info out, and bettors hustled to get their best in under the on, for example, as Green's total points was 7.5, rebounds 8.5, and assists 8.5 before the sportsbook could pull all the markets on the board. FanDuel removed Green's props from the offerings within minutes of seeing the Athletic reports, but other books weren't as quick, and some bettors put multiple wagers on Green, resulting in log odds and payouts of 6 figures. The liability on Green under props was combined across sportsbook that climbed into 7 figures.
But see, I also, the other side of that, I saw a video of 2 guys that put their money together and they bet that Draymond would score the first points of the game. So when he checks out at 7 seconds, they were devastated. Because you can bet like on, okay, I'm going to bet on this guy to score the first bucket. And he checks out 7 seconds in the game. So whatever money they put together just went down the drain in 7 seconds.
Man, you got to be paying some close attention. You got to be multitasking to get your Twitter feed from the Athletic and the Ringer and realize I got this and he's going to play and he's not going to play and I can go short or go long and all that in a matter of seconds.
Dude, gamblers are a different breed.
Yes,
so you mean to tell me the gamblers saw that and some books weren't up on it, so they went and put $10,000 on Draymond to be under what his was, and they honored that.
And well, some didn't. DraftKings did not honor it and called it a known event. As soon as they saw that it was like 8:31, if you didn't get it in at 8:30, then you were not going to get your payout. But some did have to pay it out, and we'll see if they maybe fight it. But yeah, you can parlay that where it's like, okay, Draymond's going to go under, and then put $10,000 on it, and the odds are so long that you get a lot of money for a little bit of money.
I would lose customers. I wouldn't honor that for nothing.
Just like owners of professional franchises, I have no pity for sports books.
You're right.
That's all you had about day.
You're right.
You know what would have been devastating, which would have maybe we'd have had a conversation, is if you'd have lost if Vegas odds would have been on the tie into the playoffs, if that would have come into play. And you'd have lost all the money on that, and then you would have lost. Then maybe we'll talk about some of the things that need to come off the board and whether you need to pay or not. But, your fault, man.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
A little bit of gravy for your guys. So,
and those guys are going to give it back to them.
Oh yeah,
because now I'm up, so now I'm going to bet even more and just give it right back.
So yeah,
they'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
Let's move on.
Headline 1.
Washington Wizards' Bradley Beal in COVID-19 protocols for a second time in less than 3 weeks as he was out for the Wizards' 122-118 win Tuesday against the Oklahoma City Thunder. After earning health and safety protocols for the second time in less than 3 weeks, Beal entered protocols December 23rd and returned after a week and said that he didn't have COVID. It was just due to contact tracing. But Beal missed a chance to play in the Olympics last year after testing positive, was unvaccinated when the season began, and when he returned late last month, he said he'd always kept an open mind about receiving the vaccine and decided to do so for family reasons.
So he got the vaccine and then he tested positive again.
Yes, I don't think he's reached the threshold of like 2 weeks to have it go in.
Yeah.
Well, I also saw where the Wizards had a fight in the locker room last night.
Yeah, Trez and KCP got in a fight at halftime. I read that. They won the game.
They did win the game. So I guess if it translates to wins, more power to you, but that's never good.
No.
That's never good when you hear about players arguing in the locker room at halftime over not passing on somebody the ball.
A fist fight. This isn't guys cussing and screaming. No, we're talking about a fist fight.
Well, I'm glad Beal's at least vaccinated.
Yeah,
Just
me too.
in the grand scheme of things. Maybe this will be his last miss.
Kuzma's been playing well, by the way, this year. Especially as of recently.
That'll peter out.
Yeah. He showed up looking like the Matrix last night. You didn't see it?
No, like
bad.
his pregame?
Yeah, Kuz is out there.
He and Russell.
He's out there. Yeah, Russell, Clarkson, even Clarkson. Clarkson's out there as well. But yeah, anyway.
Moving along. I need to see a picture.
You didn't see that. Matrix.
A judge rules that ex-owner Edgar Kaiser Jr.'s heirs can't buy back the portion of the Denver Broncos, which clears a way for the sale of the franchise. So this one's a little dense. Let me give you some background information. Denver judge ruled Tuesday that the heirs of Broncos owner Edgar Kaiser Jr. cannot buy back any portion of the franchise as part of right of first refusal agreement, clearing the way for a potential sale of the team. A holdings group representing Kaiser's estate had petitioned the court that it had the right of refusal for any sale of the franchise dating back to when Kaiser sold the team to Pat Bowlen in 1984. Kaiser died in 2012 and Bowlen died in 2019. The Broncos are currently owned by the Pat Bowlen Trust, put in place by the Bowlen before he stepped away from team's day-to-day operations in 2014 when Bowlen died in 2019 after a long battle with Alzheimer's. Current Broncos CEO Joe Ellis is one of 3 trustees overseeing the operations of the team and said that if Bowlen's children cannot come to an agreement on a majority, the team would likely be sold. That agreement between the siblings is not expected, and a lawsuit between them is poised to go to trial before it was dismissed in July, and the team is expected to formally go on sale in the coming months. It's currently looking like they are valued at around under $4 billion, and the Hall of Fame quarterbacks John Elway and Peyton Manning at times each expressed interest in potentially being part owner of the group. But to be a majority owner, you have to own at least 30% of the franchise, which is around maybe $1.2 billion.
Jeff Bezos.
No, I think this is going to be Peyton Manning. Oh. I really do. I think Manning has been angling this for years.
But he's going to need some help. Peyton ain't got there's going to have to be somebody come alongside of him. But no, he's been trying to be.
I think Manning is going to be part of a crew that is going after this.
He didn't buy 39 Papa Johns to sit at home on the couch and do Monday Night Football. This is a part of the plan.
But coming up with 1.2,
that's a lot of money.
That's
a lot of money.
That's a different part.
That's a lot of liquid. That's what he may want to call Jeff.
But I think it would be good for the NFL. I think he would get some help. And John Elway too. And if they combine to come together, I think that would be an interesting turn. But I can't imagine Elway not being a part of this franchise.
Oh, no. He is the Broncos.
He is the Broncos. Right. And him taking over ownership in the mess that's going on right now with the Bowlen family. Sisters are fighting. It is the typical billionaire, where's my money kind of fight that's going on with the Broncos right now.
And it's crazy. The judge like, you know what? None of y'all can have it.
And that's basically what he said.
Is that right?
You guys can't come together. You're going to sell this team.
It's a shame, too, because Bowlen is he's one of those owners that's like, league-wide respected. Mm-hmm. Like, everything that he's done up there, they've gone to 4 or 5 Super Bowls, 1, 2. For it to come down to this is just nasty.
And, it was a slow burn, too, because when he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's,
they started fighting.
He didn't want to put that into a trust, but there was nobody in the family that he could send it toward. So he had to go toward the trust, and it just got worse over that.
Yeah.
So there will be no owners with the Broncos pretty soon. And it would explain why Manning, and I was going to say the Mannings, and I do think it won't be just Peyton.
All of them.
I think the Mannings
Archie,
will be all
Eli,
involved.
all of them.
Yeah, would all get involved with the ownership. But it would explain why the Mannings, and specifically Peyton, hasn't done anything else.
True. I didn't think about that.
Because I think that he could have taken over as a general manager if he wanted to. I think there were so many avenues for him to go do something. Or he could have signed the richest TV deal in NFL history.
Yeah.
I mean,
he turned it down.
He would have, whatever Romo was getting, you add $5 million to that. I mean, he would have signed a deal the likes of which the broadcast industry has never seen before. And he still might. But it just seems to me that he's been holding out for this very thing.
And here it is. And he won a Super Bowl there.
Yes, it just feels like this is the natural fit, and I think it would be great for the NFL. Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Hey, coming back, Jerry Jones on his weekly yesterday at 105.3 The Fan. Let us know where he stands on a variety of things. This has not been a successful season, not by his measure. Whether they, if they lose this week, won't be good. We're going to hear from Jerry, whatever expectations, and maybe we'll get into his thoughts on his kicker. Cowboy talk coming your direction.
Scary.
This is R&R in the Morning here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
I had a great experience start to finish. The website was easy to use, which is good for us old folks. I gave them the vehicle info along with a couple of photos, and I immediately got a text asking when's a good time would be to chat with a representative. They called when they said they would, and they gave me a range estimate pending in-person inspection. The range was reasonable, not super broad. I made an appointment to take it in the local office. Staff was super friendly, and they were ready for me. They inspected the vehicle and then honored the initial estimate, falling right in the middle of the range. It was so refreshing not to play the games that dealerships play. These folks didn't waste any time. Less than an hour in their office, start to finish. Highly recommended. High praise. High scores for, Carzeus. So go to carzeus.com, follow the exact instructions this person did, and, they're going to get right to you. And there may be 2 or 3 different people that you talk to along the way from what I've been told. But guess what? They're all working for you. And when your appointment is set, they're working for you. And when your appointment is set, you're in and out in an hour with that money in your hand. Then you take the dealership, then you take your check to the dealership, and you go out there and pick yourself another vehicle. And don't forget, if you refer somebody, you can get $250 each in Amazon gift card money. All you have to do is go to carzeus.com/referral, and they'll shoot you a referral link, and then you go from there. Just follow the instructions. So go and check them out. Carzeus.com. That's CarZeus.com.
A basketball edition of the Red River Showdown took place in Austin last night as the 21st-ranked Texas Longhorns defeated the Oklahoma Sooners 66-52. The Longhorns are now 3-1 in Big 12 play. Also happening in Big 12 play last night, the 19th-ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders upset the number 1 team in the country, Baylor Bears, 65-62, giving the Bears their first loss of the season. In the NBA tonight, the San Antonio Spurs return home for their first game at the AT&T Center of 2022 to take on the Houston Rockets. Tip-off is at 7:30, and this is the start of a 7-game homestand for the Silver and Black. And in Cowboys news, starting corner Anthony Brown has cleared the COVID list and is expected to play Sunday in the wild card round versus the 49ers. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
I need postcards printed and designed. Oh, and a targeted direct mail campaign.
It's possible at Staples.
I need my presentation printed, bound, and perfect.
Also possible. Your local Staples store can help your business navigate the future of work with custom printed sales and marketing materials. Now get 25% off custom printed labels, postcards, flyers, brochures, and more when you spend $60 or more. Explore what's new at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 1/29 in store only. See staples.com/print for details.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 in 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart, Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
With just one spray of Microban 24, your hard surfaces are sanitized for up to 24 hours. Touch after touch after touch.
So 6 hours from now?
Still sanitized.
12 hours?
Yep.
18 hours.
We're really doing this.
24 hours.
When used as directed, one spray of Microban keeps killing 99.9% of bacteria touch after touch for, up to 24 hours.
Wow.
Microban 24, the sanitizer 4 out of 5 doctors would use in their own homes. So why aren't you?
Gentlemen, now you can find the best brands and fits for you without even trying. Just follow these easy instructions. Step 1, shop a personalized store that does all the work for you by customizing a selection for your taste and body. Step 2, level up your closet with the best brands and fits with little to no effort. Not trying has never looked so good. Introducing Stitch Fix Freestyle, your personalized store. We're so you.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmitt's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Start now with a free consultation at QC Kinetics. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Call today, 571-0318.
This is R&R in the Morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is R&R. We're reading and reacting. Soon to be resting and recreating.
At halftime today. I'm chilling.
You on halftime today?
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm going to still wait it out, get a little something to eat, and then come on back and halftime it up and listen to this Tombstone review.
Oh, I told him not to watch Tombstone. I was like,
well, is it overrated?
It's an okay movie. It's not a great movie.
Pledge told him it was the best ever. So he's like, he did
There are
Tombstone.
so many better Westerns than that one. I mean, it's not I would have said, if you want to watch a Western of that era,
okay,
I would have said go watch Silverado instead of Tombstone. And I think there's actually a better version of Tombstone that came out about the same time. Because this is the one with Kurt Russell in it that I believe.
And Val Kilmer,
Sam Elliott. Those.
Yeah.
I think there's a better version with Kevin Costner. That was the Tombstone story as well, that I thought was actually better. It seemed like they came out together at the same time. But for those of you that are unaware, halftime goes from noon to 2.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure Jimenez was raised by some sort of Luddite family that didn't believe in technology or televisions. For the most part of his life, the dude saw nothing.
Nothing.
And the movies he did see were awful. Like the only movies he saw were the ones like the $1.51 in the basket at Circle K that came out 25 years ago, and it's a kind of half open CD case.
He hadn't seen Scarface, E.T., Gremlins, Godfather.
How do you make it through life and make it to 40 without seeing those on accident?
I don't know. I thought he was Jehovah's Witness.
So on Wednesday, I didn't want to go Jehovah's Witness. I didn't want to go there.
My family, I have a lot of them in my family.
Just talking about the types that did not go to movies. So on Wednesdays, it's his
movie review.
Yeah, his first take on an old take. He's watching movies that we've all grown up with that I could quote all the way through. And he's like, I have not seen it. So this week, Tombstone
was the review.
And now he gave A-, I believe, was his grade to Scarface, which I think is appropriate. It's a great movie, but I mean,
he gave Outsiders a C.
So that's unfortunate.
Thank you, Rob. I was so mad at him.
How can you not
like Outsiders?
And first of all, I think
do it for Johnny, man.
Stay golden. It's like a high school requirement in our state, right? Didn't everybody have to read that? Like everybody?
Thank you, bro.
Because my sons had to read it. So did I.
Yeah. Only thing I had to read was Mice of Men and Great Expectations. That was my curriculum. But Mice of Men is a classic.
Got to go pet the rabbits. Got to tend the rabbits.
Yeah, got to tend the
rabbits. Come on, Lenny.
Yeah.
Tend them rabbits. I pulled that right out. I'm pretty impressed with myself.
Me too. I am as well.
Jerry spoke yesterday about his Dallas Cowboys, and this has been a weird kind of playoff week. I know that.
Why you say that?
I know that.
Talk to me.
I think that there's this level of expectation from Cowboy fan, this is not the week that we need to be worried about, and it is.
Yeah, Cowboy fan is kind of looking over San Fran. Yeah, I get that feeling. Like the confidence level is high.
Because we've always had a reason. We don't have a reason now. So because we don't have a reason that we're going to lose, we must have to win.
Right.
But it ain't that easy. And as this season has gone on, Jerry, I think, has started to realize, everything has worked out as well as it possibly could. We made it despite the COVIDs and the injuries and the many things that every team has gone through this season. Jerry sits here. Now, what were his expectations and what does he expect from the season? Well, he told the boys up at the Fan yesterday about that. Let's do cut 6 there.
Well, the fact we're in the playoffs is why we went to get him. And he's just done an outstanding job. And he's, of course, has evolved since he got here 1 year ago. There's never been a transition time for head coaches that was any tougher than last year in terms of moving into the team you're with. Mm-hmm. Mike told me last year that we had the best talent of any team that he'd ever been around. Last year. Best talent of any team he'd ever been around. And
he was sucking up to the ball.
So that as we have evolved, I think we're a better, more talented team than we were this time last year. I do. And so the good news is that we've been able to play it. And it's been on the field. The whole talent picture has been out on that field. I give him all the credit for that. He deserves the credit for having really the experience that we've got on that field as we come into the playoffs. He's been very astute relative to how he's worked with and evolved with Kellen Moore. One of the first things he said when he got here, he said, I want to have Kellen here. I want him to be here. Mike's an offensive coach, but he wanted Kellen here. And he was at the head of the list of the world in trying to get Dan Quinn in here when this came up last year. So the bottom line is that he's doing an outstanding job. He will be the first to tell you, don't give me any accolade. Do not give me one thing until we have won playoff games, until we have won the big game. And I would agree with him there. We have the greatest fans in the world. We have the greatest opportunity here. And I believe we all would agree that our quarterback is second to very few, if they're second to any in the NFL. You need a good quarterback to really think big or think you've got a chance in the playoffs. You need a good quarterback. You need a good defense. You need a good basic depth to play in these next 3 ball games, and 4 possibly. All of that, Mike deserves a lot of credit for.
I think he got a little long-winded today. Look, I think the only way to win it is if you really accept it and embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to embrace it. So I respect the Cowboys for having embraced it. So I'll leave it there. What do you got?
No matter what happens on Sunday, they could get blown out. McCarthy ain't going anywhere this year. No matter what happens.
No way.
But we do know that both of his assistants, his leads, are about to be interviewed. And I would say the chances of Dan Quinn leaving are pretty high.
I agree.
I'm not sure where Kellen Moore might land. He's certainly going to be in the mix. I'm not, he's got the highest scoring offense in the NFL this year. He's had a consistent record, I think, of improvement in the coaching circles, things that we don't understand, nor will we ever know. But those that do the hiring have probably seen a growth of his offensive coordinatorship above and beyond play calling, just those nuts and bolts of being an NFL coordinator. So obviously, I think he's ready. I'm not sure if it'll happen this year, but Quinn was going to be offered a job.
Yeah,
he's going to be offered. What he did with that defense, if he's not the number one contender for most of these jobs, I would be shocked.
Well, and I asked you this before the show, would Jerry turn the clock back and do what he did for Jason Garrett and say, hey, I'm going to offer you this huge raise to stick around, Dan? Do you see that in Jerry's cards? Like, you know what? I can't lose, Dan. One, my defense is playing phenomenal. Number 2, if Mike McCarthy does end up wetting the bed and has some timeout faux pas and some clock faux pas, I have my head coach on staff. Will he pull the Jason Garrett to keep Dan Quinn?
Well, I think he would. And I'm not sure McCarthy would be upset with it.
See, that's what I was saying. If I was McCarthy, I'd be kind of like, really, man? But, I mean, first of all, I'm still going to go do my job, and we all have to be men, and we all know nobody's bigger than wherever you work at. And there's always somebody gunning for your gig. But if I was McCarthy, that'd be a little salty.
Yeah, you don't want to have your replacement in the building, or at least the obvious one.
It's like drafting a quarterback in the first round and you have a quarterback.
But, I think that people in the media have always made too big of a deal of that.
You think so?
Well, I think you're always competing. I mean, you're no matter where you are right now, your replacement's not far from you. You might not want to admit that. I'm a firm
believer in that.
So whether you're operating, no one is irreplaceable.
Right.
So I think we all have, but especially athletes. I mean, the guy that wants your job is always right there. The guy who's taking the next rep, he wants to take that your rep, and I wanted to take the guy's rep before me, and that's just how it's been. So you just kind of operate under the it's a guise. It's an illusion that doesn't play into it. That the fact that if I in fact am fired, that you're going to get my job, I can't even consider that. But coaches also are a different breed too. They've all been fired. Every one of them been fired. Every one of them been replaced by their best friend. Every one of them's gone through it. McCarthy's gone through it. Quinn went through it. So I think there's a level of understanding. Like, dude, when it comes down to it, and if I'm a head coach and you've just been fired, I'm gonna hire you, just like you did for me. So I think that they work with a safety net, and their safety net is their guaranteed money. But I do think that if I'm Jerry, I'm paying Dan Quinn. I might not give him head coach money like what he would get from Denver.
No, I can't give him $5 million, but I could give him. Here's $2 million.
It'd be real close. It'd be up there. It would be enough to where he would be the highest paid coordinator. I'd guarantee him that.
Sure.
And in the COVID era, it's probably smart to have a head coach quality assistant coordinator or something, so you can just throw them right in. Should like McCarthy earlier this season gone?
Dan Quinn stepped in for him.
Yeah, because how long are we going to be dealing with COVID? It might be a long time before somebody gets COVID and he can show up to work. It might not ever happen. Who knows?
I can't imagine a scenario where Dan Quinn is not offered the first or second available job. You got a Super Bowl coach. Now, granted, the collapse was epic, biblical, but you have a guy who coached a team into a Super Bowl, an exciting team in a city that hadn't had it, and he rode that wave quite well. We saw what he did with talent. We know what he can do defensively. I just think if he doesn't land in Denver or if he doesn't land in Minnesota, then those guys don't know what the hell they're doing.
It's going to be tough to keep him again because they went from 32nd, it felt like, to creating the most turnovers in the entire league. So it's gonna be tough to keep him. But again, I just was wondering. I was like, I wonder if Jerry did, because I remember when Baltimore wanted Garrett, Jerry was like, "No, here's $2 million. Sit tight. You're gonna be my coach one day."
It's Phillips. Wade Phillips knew when Garrett got paid that this is over. Even though it hadn't happened, he knew right then it's over.
Yeah, and then they didn't even let him get on the plane coming from Green Bay that year, right? Green Bay blew him out like 40-2. They're like, take the bus.
Your own flight.
Yeah, take the bus.
Hey, we're gonna take the bus through the break, put a bow on the show, and look forward to halftime today with Michael and Menace.
Halftime.
Hold on tight. We'll be right back. This is R&R in the Morning here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
If it's rim wrecking board busting action you want, then come and get it.
Catching a right-hand dunk.
The greatest ballers on earth are doing their thing on the hard court, and we bring it to you. Catch the action on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo, and auto security headquarters has discounts piled to the ceiling. That's right, every store, Austin and San Antonio, and especially the Bandera Road store in San Antonio has discounts on everything. Car stereos, car alarms, and especially the window tint you want. Dark, dark, dark window tint. Also, make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with new subwoofers and an amplifier. That's right. We can even hook it up to your existing factory car stereo. Get to Mother's Window Tint today. Check us out online at motherswindowtint.com or give us a like and a follow on Facebook. Tell your friends. Come on in. We've got those discounts stacked to the ceiling at Mother's Window Tint. Remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Why does Walgreens offer copays as low as $0 and 90-day refills? Because we care about Medicare, so you don't have to. I mean, do you really care to hear me go on about same-day prescription delivery making your life easier? Or how there's a pharmacy expert available 24/7 and one-click refills? Well, I just did anyways. Fill your Medicare prescriptions with Walgreens and save.
$0 copays apply to Tier 1 generic drugs and select plans with Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy. Restrictions apply. See walgreens.com/Medicare for complete details.
A new year comes with new excitement, new ambitions, new milestones. Is this the year you pop the question, have a child? Celebrate a major anniversary. At Diamonds Direct, we're here for you, now more than ever. With our vast selection of exquisite hand-picked diamonds, our world-renowned designer jewelry collections, our industry-leading warranties and guarantees, and our people. People with a passion for helping you mark any occasion with something that's both meaningful and timeless. And our commitment to providing exceptional value is stronger than ever in the new year. Whether you're just starting out on a tight budget or whether you're splurging on that 30th anniversary gift, Diamonds Direct will make sure you get the price that you expect from America's premier direct diamond importer. Welcome to a new year and welcome to Diamonds Direct, where extreme value combines with the ultimate luxury shopping experience to create that truly magical moment for the milestones in your life. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the shops at Lock Ontario.
We're ready for y'all.
Let's go!
The NFL playoff picture is coming together.
I like it.
Hear it unfold on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Keyshawn Johnson. San Antonio Sports Stars get you moving every morning. ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Thank you, Keyshawn. He's Rudy. I'm Rob.
Yep.
Hey, congratulations fighting Texas Tech Red Raiders. Had a good week of basketball. They take down Kansas.
Yeah.
Then number one, Baylor in Waco.
Medina tweeted us. I guess Medina's a Red. He
a Red
tweeted
Raider.
us. He was like, "Hey, you and Rob better show my Red Raiders some love." Who else? I had like 2 or 3 people that threatened me, like, "Y'all better talk Texas Tech Red Raiders what they done this." And you know what? Y'all deserve some love, especially considering they lost their coach, right?
Yeah,
he's in Texas now. Who's the better team right now?
Texas is ranked 21.
Right now, Tech is better right now.
He left them some food in the pantry.
Yeah, Tech's ranked 19th, by the way. So Tech is 19.
So
Texas
Beard didn't
21.
just leave them naked. He left them some. He left them some perishable goods.
He did, though. Most of the guys that got Tech back on the map or transfers
are gone.
Were like the kid that came from Georgetown and McClure,
whatever it is.
McClung.
McClung. He's with the Lakers
and
G
he
League
pulled
now.
a couple of one and dones out of Dallas. So the cupboard wasn't empty. Kevin McCullough, San Antonio kid, who had a fantastic game last night. It wasn't empty, but let's give Tech basketball some credit because Beard did leave him a little high and dry. And the game last night, going into Waco and beating the number one team. Baylor hadn't lost this year. They hadn't lost since before the tournament. I mean,
so they were only going to ride the 20-something game streak.
They were coming toward a full year of wins. So that was a huge win. And taking that combined with a Kansas win, Tech basketball certainly in play. And, the Big 12 they're not the best basketball conference this season as they have been in the past, but they're right up there with the Big 10. I think they're awfully close.
The SEC has made a push in basketball in the recent years. Now you have Auburn, Bama's better, of course. Kentucky, they your usual suspects. A&M has a better team. SEC's done a better job basketball wise, at least.
Follow the coaching hires.
Okay.
I mean, when you see a great example is Auburn. Auburn goes and hires Bruce Pearl, who probably shouldn't have lost his gig at Tennessee, but Rick Barnes is a hell of a coach, and Tennessee just kept on going. Barnes is a world-class recruiter, and once he landed, you knew it was going to be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Pearl's had some issues. I mean, some inducements might not have been completely above board.
He pushes the envelope.
And now that's not a problem. And watching him play last night against Alabama, We've talked about Paolo Blanchett and Baldwin and a couple of other kids. There's one down at Auburn, Jabari Smith.
I want to keep calling him Jabari Young. This is shout out to Jabari Young.
So Jabari Smith showed quite well last night. Career high, 24 points, 6'10" with handles. I saw him push a fast break, cross, pull up with a three. He is the prototypical ball player. Certainly looks like a guy that the Spurs could use, and he's kind of a late arriver to those possible number one draft picks. So while the college football ended Monday night, it seemed like Tuesday night college basketball began, and it started with a bang. We're going to have your college basketball covered wire to wire. We'll be taking over we'll cover all the games. We'll be taking over Twin Peaks that first Wednesday. We're excited about getting back out amongst everybody.
Speaking of, I think there's an appearance at Twin Peaks Sunday, right?
Twin Peaks, Michael Menace will be out live for a watch party to watch those Dallas Cowboys. Come out and join him. They will be at the
good question.
I do not want to send the wrong locale.
Yeah, don't do that.
I believe, as we
we'll ramble through.
Mike will get it right at noon for sure.
Jasmine,
so tune in to halftime.
We'll have it at halftime. Rudy will be in there with him today.
It will be this Sunday at the Westover Hills, 410-151.
151. Head over to the west side and enjoy yourself.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. The kitchen's outstanding.
Oh, yeah. I do like the food better than I thought I would. You know, I know the scenic views are the scenic views, but the food is good.
It's not
and the beer is
grub.
cold.
It's not pub grub. It's Posh Nosh, and we know that it's 29-degree cold beer coming out there. Yeah, it's going to be a good time Sunday. It's going to be
You nervous?
I'm not nervous. I will tell you, if I'm a New England Patriot, I'm a little worried.
What's the weather?
I saw 5 degrees and wind
like 14 miles an hour.
Yeah, and wind on Sunday.
I don't want to watch that.
No, it's fun to watch because we know everybody on TV is miserable. Everybody on the screen, no matter what person you see, whether it's a player, a fan, a coach, a grounds attendant, everybody on the screen is as miserable as they could possibly be. That's why I take great fun in that. If I am a Buccaneer,
Rob, don't do this.
I'm just going to roll this out. They're dealing with COVIDs. They are. And this was a team that were they down to the Jets not long ago? I mean, they did come back and
barely beat the Jets.
So this is a team that while they're like the Lakers, if everything, savvy will work, but Philly plays the kind of thing that will beat a team like the Bucs.
Don't do that, Rob. I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you the rest of the week to sleep on this. Because you're going to either have to, or get off the pot. I need you to either say it's going to be an upset, but you got to get off the fence.
Can a man envision a world where Belichick and Brady are both out of the playoffs in the first round? Can I dream of such things?
Yes.
Because it hadn't happened since last century.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to go check the tape, look at it very closely, improve on all that we have done, and get better tomorrow. Don't forget, halftime's coming up at noon. Rudy J will be sitting in with Michael Menace. The Blitz crew, Jason and Joe, take you well into the evening. Hey, go cheer for your Spurs tonight. Got a slump buster coming around the bend.
They better win. I'm out.
I got a promotions meeting. What do you got going on?
Halftime.
Thanks for hanging with us. We'll be back again tomorrow. This has been R&R in the Morning.
I can't